Yo, 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 what's up? Yo, yo. Let's turn on something for YouTube. Yo, yo. What's today's date? 16th. Bet. I won't lie, I was up pretty late last night because I was trying to figure out if my power was going to be on in the morning. The power, flicked a bunch last night. I was kind of pissed. I was like, no way. The timing. But then, I just stayed up. It was like 1, 2. Power came back on. I fell asleep. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll do a full day on Monday, but I definitely was trying to. But we'll see how long we go. I'm kind of looking to see if this pump holds or not, because it honestly feels like we're gonna have one of those days that just starts dumping again, just because of a lot of good moves getting shorted recently. Not even just talking about this one here, potentially just been a lot of good moves that went up. That got shorted back down pretty easily, and nothing really changed on the landscape of really anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start pulling back again today or tomorrow, but I wouldn't also be surprised if we saw some short term green just to kind of change some of that, because you're not just going to go straight down. As I've explained in the past, if everybody's bearish, it's going to bounce. It's just how it is. It's the same thing with going up. If everyone's bullish, it can't possibly go higher. It's simple. It's simple mechanics at that point. So, also the amount of movement made in such a short period of time, and I said this in my post the other day as well, could bring a green day just because of that. But now we'll see if this can hold or not, just because we did get a pretty good move up already into the 669 just about. So that's pretty good considering we were almost at 660. Also, I'm wondering how this is going to affect some options pricing at the open, because probably was pretty bad going into the weekend, because I bet volatility was kind of high. And now that you have this price bounce, it's probably about to be even crazier. Since yesterday, power's been going in and out. Happy Monday. It's been going to Lulo. Bet. It sucks about your power though too. Yeah, and we have someone in our chat who's literally on vacation with his entire family, and they're stranded at the airport. They're just stuck there. So that sucks. Shout out to Alexis. That's who I'm talking about. If you guys want to know, Alexis is stuck at an airport with his family, on the back end of vacation. Is that not crazy? He said, "Fam, we've been stuck in Orlando since yesterday. Our flight got canceled. We won't leave till Wednesday now. Traveling with kiddo and stuff. Over 3K flights canceled across the United States. This storm is huge." So, not even just him. There's thousands of flights canceled. But that's crazy to hear. I just hope everybody's okay, because I hate when these kind of weird things happen, because it's annoying. I know that I get annoyed whenever my power is going out and all this shit's going wrong, and you're just trying to get where you want to be. I want to trade, or I want to go to work. It's like I would like to as well. And good morning, everybody. Sorry, I've just been kind of yapping since the beginning of the stream, but good morning, good morning. Good to see any of you in here. Had a bit of a break off last week, but we are back at it again. And as you can see here on the left, not a whole lot is red at the moment. We have Walmart, Netflix, and ExxonMobil. So a staple stock, a communication stock, and a energy stock. So nothing super fancy there. In my chat the other day, we were saying as long as we hold on to 136, that's a good sign. But we're just going to be bumping our heads against this until we actually get over it. And as you've seen, that's been the case for a while now. So it's not like I'm really discovering fire by saying that. But yeah, so just kind of cool seeing another strong ass reaction at the 136.60 again. These are levels that have been on this chart for a very long time now. I haven't had to rechart XOK in a very long time. If anything, I've probably just like took a couple of things off as we've progressed. But we've kept a lot of the more historical levels on there, like this level here, all these ones that come from the far left. So it is kind of cool to see us reacting from that. Now it's to see, are we actually going to keep going over the 130 at 27 and 139? Because if so, then there is a chance of moving into the 140, 141s again. But I actually need to repost this real quick. I said 136.60 is the devil for bears, as shown in the video above as well. If you guys are in VIP, make sure to go check that out. I actually have a very cool video that talks about this level. Actually, I have multiple videos that talk about it, but we're back to the 138, 27, 139. It's a running joke in my chat, these two levels here, so it is a little funny to see those two there. And good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys. Make sure to drop a like on the stream. Share the stream link around. Hope you guys are doing good today. If you have anything you want to share or ask around, feel free to throw it out. We'll see when we get to it or what we talk about or whatever. But good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys. I was actually trying to see if this brand of music was non-copyright first before I could touch anything. But now I can't remember the damn name. And I do have the options chain open on my right, so I'll try my best to get something posted. See if anything happens or not. To be honest with you, I'm kind of taking the open with like I just want to get some context first because it's fun and all to be like, yeah, we're down and then we went up, but it's all in the after hour shit, you know. None of this damage has been done in the open market session, and that's where the true damage is done, in my opinion. So I just think it's important to pay attention where we can go today. Right, if we are going to go up today, 671 is kind of right there. You know, there's actually a pretty good amount of room there. It's about a $2, a little over $2 move from here. If we fade into just kind of an average area where price can consolidate at, you know, that's also a couple dollars down. So it's kind of in the smack dab middle of two really good pushes to two different areas, but these are both bullish scenarios. This one's going up to hit its head against something. In this scenario, we're going down to see if we can consolidate or not, right? And then we could start to see, okay, no, it looks like shit. Similar to over here, how it just kind of fell, rejected, fell again. We'd be looking for the same thing over here. So at the moment, yeah, it looks really good and stuff. Your main sector that you want to see going up is going up. The two sectors that you want to see kind of going to coincide with that to make it also strong is your XLY and your XLC. These are also going up. Why are all my charts fucked up? Oh, that's probably why. So there we go. As you can see, a couple green candles there. Nothing super crazy on your C. I mean, really nothing crazy on any of these charts, actually, now that I click through them. Candlestick-wise, yes, they went up. This is your main driving force, though. So that's good to see this going up if you're a buyer. Yeah, we'll see if we hold on to that Sophie or not. Where's my telephono? Where it is. Right here in my hand. Just kind of clicking around real quick to see what's up with everything. I mean, all I really missed last week was just a pullback week. Really, there was a nice higher open into a higher close, and then everything from that day just kind of pulled back on a lot of the different charts. And then some of the charts had just like normal opens into hammer candles, and then the next couple days were just lower opens. So it was like, oh, evening star type shit. So that was kind of cool to look at. Besides that, I didn't really see too much. I just saw all the main stuff that happened, like on your top weights. So if you guys have any like outlier stocks that I didn't see or hear about that had a pretty cool move or something, let me know. It was only 5 days, but it felt like a lot more. And yeah, good morning, good morning. If you guys are in here, drop a like on the stream. It helps the channel out. We're also live in Discord, so if you're also in the Discord and you don't feel like being on YouTube, feel free to click over. I'm actually trying to find music for the YouTube stream. Uh, I don't understand. I saw people playing music from this one game, so I was trying to look it up and see if it was non-copyright. Like, can I play it? And Google says it's very copyrighted, so I don't understand how I was hearing someone play that. Maybe they had perms, but like that's crazy permission to have from like a major game studio. I was gonna play it for the stream today, but I guess I can't. I was like 80% sure I could too, because I was like, oh, this guy's playing it. This is free game. And that definitely was not Twitch I was on, so I don't know what I was hearing. That was definitely YouTube I was watching on. Oh, let me show y'all something cool about this 671 level. That's why I was saying we could probably go here if it does continue to go up. Let me show you something cool about this level. So if you go out to the daily time frame and we go to our daily time frame chart, because I mean this should line up. These are a lot of the same levels. That's actually where that was like the last level that we just fell from, right? This is the one that we could not get a close under, right? This was the first day in like forever we've closed under this area. If you go all the way back to here, that's when this happened. That was like the liquidity grab that happened. And it just did really good above 675 to 678 for the longest time. As you can see, the first time we show bearish candles inside of that area, we get the very first candle that closes under 671.40. And yeah, I did just do a black soldier, or black crow. Sorry, I just said two candles together. But I just think it's impressive to think about because this is almost like a really far support that's like never been broken or hasn't been broken in forever. We see it broken, and now here we are back trying to work towards it again from underneath. So I just thought that was cool if that lines up. You go over to this time frame, and it's the exact same thing. Off, by like 37 cents, but it's the same exact thing. I'm actually gonna switch this to this, so I can just watch the open market session now. Yeah, so if anybody's wondering why I keep saying we could go to 671, I wanted to explain where that's coming from. It comes from both charts, but I just wanted to share that. And good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sorry, I'm in the middle of typing, so trying to switch back and forth between that. Let me get SPX reposted for any of the nerds in my other channel real quick. Oh, I might not have to add anything to this. I was gonna say let's at least see where this is, but it looks like we don't need to add that. I really like how spaced out everything is. I knew that I liked how spaced, or that I liked the levels when I came back to them, and I was like, man, everything's like a good distance from each other. It's not too bunched up. Not that that's a good indication of good levels or not, but it's just it felt good, is what I meant. I'm sure you guys have had a similar feeling before. You get something charted and you're like, damn, it felt nice. Almost felt therapeutic. $66.74 to 66. What is that? We'll just say 79 is key for direction. Short term today. I like to like reset the pivot point for that chart every day, just for people who might be watching it. And then let me get IWM reposted as well, just because this is one of the charts that I always tell people about whenever the market feels weird, or there's a bunch of up and down, or the market just feels like it's shittier than it is, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's muckier. This is always like the literal best sector of the market to look at, because this is your small caps, and you can back test this if you want. I don't have the exact data right here in my hands, but I'm pretty sure it's like historically accurate that this happens. It's not even the fact of what I feel or see or what I've seen in the past few years. It's genuinely just facts. But I'm not going to read out the facts because I don't have them right in front of me. I don't want to lie to you. But yeah, good to look at small caps whenever the market's shit. By shit, I mean volatile. The up and down, the repeat, just crazy movement. Sectors video. All right, so got both of those reposted. I'm actually impressed we're not down more on that XYZ play. How is that doing? Oh, because they're dumping. Okay. I was like, man, this contract should be down a lot more. Yeah, that one's weird because we didn't buy a lot of time. It was like just kind of needed to work like Monday, Tuesday. So I guess we'll see. We'll give it a little bit more. I did not enter Netflix like I said I wanted to, but it did look good. It had the whole 920 or 821 EMA going for it. I think it's also weird for me to specifically to call it Netflix when I've been literally the guy in here buying shares and shit. So it's like, it is weird whenever this has one bearish signal to be like, all right, I'm getting inputs, guys. It's weird because we've been recently buying, not the weirdest or not the best mix of emotions, I should say. And then this was like an idea I had, but I did no one's in this, no way in hell. Yeah. I didn't want to enter that either, just because it was like the first initial move, so I guess I'm kind of just waiting on those two. But I like to at least update the things I post and things I talk about, even if we don't enter them, just because it is still, I don't know, everything's like pending in my head, so it's kind of nice to go and update the thing that's pending. I just threw up air quotes, but yeah. What are you guys all looking at though? What tickers are you looking at this morning? Is there anything you're in? Is there anything you've been wanting to look to get into? What are you guys looking at? I've been looking over at this, by the way. Anytime I'm on any chart, you should at least remember what the net change is for XLK. It was at about 2.5 when it was moving up, so it's not that far off of that. So it's definitely stopped, but it's not like it's down or anything. And you can see it's about at the high. So like I said, close to 250. Kind of like to use that as like context in my head. So if it continues to like pump, I'm like, oh, okay, nice, at 350 now. Now I know it's moved about, one whole dollar from its mark at whatever level I was looking at. So even if you can remember the level that it's at, where it's pumping to, go look at it visually, or you can just remember the number while you're looking at other charts. I like to do both just because I think it's smart to remember at all times where XOK is, what's its momentum, is it going up or down? Especially if you're someone who's looking to trade something, just because that has a direct driving, that is a direct driving force in the market. And I don't like to sound like a weirdo when I say this, but I'm not joking. Go Google right now. Go on Twitter right now. Go on YouTube. Go on whatever, and try to find people who actually talk about this. It always amazes me how many people don't actually understand that there is an actual breakup of SPY. And even though most people might even know of a sector, or that there are sectors to things, I don't think they truly know to the extent of what is in SPY, what is the most of SPY, right? Because when you look at this, you're probably like, well, XOK is barely moving. Why is it pumping so much? It's not about XOK. Healthcare is pumping. It's not about tech. Discretionary is also helping. It's not about just tech. What's comms doing? You have its two brothers and sister right here, Y and C, trying to help it out. So it should be going up because this is green. If anything else, you guys have heard me say this a million times, if anything else is green or having a really good momentum type day, and this is also green and going up, then you're probably having a really strong push on SPY at that current moment. It's just simple math. A lot of the pie is going green. Guess what? The pie is probably green, is what we're seeing here. So I would like to point that out, that healthcare is kind of kicking ass now. It's not just tech. And yes, I did trim the sectors list again because I'm not going to lie, the other ones were kind of a distraction. There's a lot of different sectors to look at. I ain't that smart. And yeah, good morning, guys. Sorry, I'll probably just be rambling a lot because I'm trying to make sense of everything for people who are here in the streams and just trying to listen in. Plus, I have a lot of people who just kind of like do audio only, so I like to give my updates so they don't fall asleep or anything. Isn't there a chance that it gets 674? Yeah, it could. There's always a chance. I don't want to ever sit here and be like, hey, there's no way it can get to this level. If I ever say something like that, you'll hear me say, in my opinion, or like that's what I think. But there's always a possibility to go anywhere, really. Yeah, we could drop from here to here. We could go up to 674. We could definitely do either of those. My expectations, though, and you'll hear me even talk about this in my videos yesterday and my breakdowns yesterday. If we were going to go up, I was expecting this to kind of be like what decides it for us. If we're above this and we're looking good, we should go up. If we're below this area here, let me just highlight it. If we're below this area, I'm kind of expecting us to go down. So the fact that we opened over it, better for buyers. Pushing up with multiple sectors going up, better for buyers. So there is definitely nothing saying that it can't do that it can't go to 674. It definitely can. I was saying this morning, though, it feels a little propped up, like it feels like we're only going up because we were down so much. It doesn't feel like we're going up because we're bullish, if that makes sense. And I talk about this a lot. I try to explain volatility to people, implied volatility a lot, to people without trying to make them fall asleep and trying to make them sound like I'm super smart. But essentially, if there's 100 of us in a room, guys, right, and 100 of us bet on the price to go down, what will price do? It will go up. It can't go down because there's no one to bet against. There's no one to bet with. There's no one to say, hey, here's my money. Yep, tricked you. Just kidding. It's going downward, dumbass. Thanks for your money. There's no one to trick. There's no one to fool. There's no one to take money from. So of course, there's no way price can go down further. And that's kind of what it felt like going into the end of Friday. It just felt like there's a lot of charts showing that, and that's the swings that I was posting. It's like I'm posting weights that like matter nothing to the market. If you're going into chat and you're like, guys, I'm swinging Tesla or Apple or Nvidia, like you are literally, you have to know that you are grabbing a lottery ticket, because it is essentially 50-50 on how we're going to react the next week. With how much we moved, it makes sense that we would at least have some initial green reaction, right? So now it's about, all right, how much of a green reaction are we getting? Which I won't lie, I'm a little worried because tech still hasn't pushed a new high. It's gone up to these 250s, but we haven't seen a push of those 250s. So I'm kind of looking to see when that net change goes beyond that and see when it holds beyond that, because then that will definitely indicate to me, okay, we probably are going to pump a little bit more. By that point, probably near 674. So that is very possible. I just wanted to point that out to everybody because there is a difference between being bullish and being exhausted. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Make sure to drop a like on the stream. If you guys have any questions or any comments you want to make, please feel free to throw them out. It is Bueller's stream, but I always like when people add in their own 2 cents. Oh, good looks, Ryaku, or good looks, Ryaku. I don't know what the hell I just said. I just saw what you posted. Good looks. Dude, even Staples and Energy are green at the same time as all of this. It's an everything is green type open. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. OB me. All right, YouTube chat. Someone type real quick to let me know if this music is loud or not. Oh, wait, what? Dude, lag. What is up, dude? I was just staring at your name on Steam the other day. I won't lie. Every time I see your name, I think of literally one thing and one thing only. Good to see you, though, dude. Good to see you. That's crazy. I spawned him. I stared at his name hard enough and he spawns. I need to go do that in chat. Just start staring at people's names, then see if they pop up or not. Is that music fine? YouTube stream? Someone help me out here. Is it too quiet? Is it too loud? Is it fine? Please don't be sarcastic. Please actually help. Too many smartasses in here. Now it is funny though how like a lot of people in chat, their first language is genuinely just sarcasm. Not in a bad way. I think it's funny. You can't hear anything? I was just about to say, I really hope no one types. I can't hear anything. What music? Hold up. There's no way I don't even hear that a little bit. Oh, you know why it's loud in my head? Because my headset's up. Alright, hold up. I'm like, no way I don't hear that. Alright, how about now? I'm not touching it. How is that? I can't hear music, which is good. For you? That's fine. If you don't want to hear music, you can go to the Discord stream. It's not a big deal. Thank you guys, by the way, for answering and letting me know if the music was good or not. I know I ask that a lot, so I try not to be too annoying when I ask y'all. That is probably the number one thing I ask my chat. Yo, guys, the volume good? And there we are, pretty much 671. I'm honestly impressed. If you told me last night we'd be up, a little over 1% at the open, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that. But seeing a move right after that as well into 671, that's even more impressive. Because this is like, I think, the one level I thought we could hit if we went up. Anything past this, I definitely think is just super impressive. Because this is already impressive enough. Getting an open like this and then to make a move right after that in the very first window of the day. You gotta remember, it's only been 28 minutes. That is a very strong open. But is it propped up? That's what I was saying earlier. It feels like we're getting a propped up move. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're not. Maybe we just pumped the next 5 days. But definitely feels that way because nothing really changed. The only thing that changed is just how bearish everyone got. It went from being, no, we could go up. There's still a pretty good number of people saying we could buy, but it fell more. And then you go Friday, like any messaging board, and I'm not using, you shouldn't use sentiment alone to be bearish. You should definitely find your own reasons. And then kind of use that as like an outside thing. Kind of like an indicator. You wouldn't just be like, well, it's under this indicator, I have to be bearish. No, you'd probably be bearish because of other things, and then seeing that would also increase how much you're bearish. It would just add on to it. So I would say it's the same thing you could use for sentiment, but it just felt like literally everybody and their mother was shorting SPY or SPX, which is crazy. I don't know why we're seeing such a rise in trend on people swinging. I'm not talking about my chat, I'm talking about online. I'm seeing a huge rise in trend and people buying SPX options to swing, which I find to be absolutely crazy. I have a couple people in my chat who do it with like very minimal contracts before, but like it's not something they're doing every day. I'm seeing a lot of people swing SPX a lot more now. All right, guys, so just to kind of reiterate again, our big thing was just going into today, right, without the mindset of knowing what we've seen already. The plan was to see if price was going to just continue to get worse under 660.80s and the 136.60s on XLK. That would help us on the SPY chart. If we were going to go up today, we were kind of expecting to see us at least bump our head against this area here to see if we would move up higher or not. The fact that we opened over that is really impressive. And then we got a really good move into 671, which is a very impressive level on its own, not just for smaller time frames, but for bigger time frames. The only time we broke 675 to 678 and closed under it was the major liquidity grab we had in December, right? The close of this day, the close of this is about 671.40, 671 area, right? So you go over here and you can see, oh wow, we've never actually closed below this before, right? Opened, closed back above, rejected, until last week, the end of last week. We had a day close under, we had a day open higher, close back lower, and now we're having a move that opens higher, run into that level. So we're not just seeing that on smaller time frame, that's on all time frames. So it's a very important area on every TF, no matter what you're looking at. It didn't even help either because I went and I was like, all right, well, let's see what it looks like with the merging candles. Oh, let's see what it looks like with this. Let's see what it looks like with that. And no matter how I chart this fucking chart, you end up with like the same, I think like 6 or 7 levels we've been using the past like 8 months. They're in different areas of the chart, like 671, 674 are 2 of them. And then the next one's like, 684, 680. It's just like, I'm reading off the same levels every week. It's just now we're finally at a different part of the chart, so now I can read off a different variant of that again. But we're doing the same thing again. I'm reposting the same levels again. So just to kind of again just showing how strong those drawdown levels we did from forever ago are just still working. To the point too where I even backtested like emerging candles against it, and I was like, damn, these all line up still. At least the important ones did. There'll always be more emerging candles than drawdown fibs probably though. But yeah, so a lot of tinkering. I think I was just bored because I hadn't seen a chart in like a week, so I wanted to like just look at stuff. I was excited. Yeah, good morning if you guys are just now getting in here. Make sure to drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. And yeah, if you have anything to share or you want to ask, throw it out. This morning we're just kind of watching SPY to see if it could continue to the 671s. We have made it to this area, and since then I have not seen tech get stronger. Right, this is already a good showing by tech, but we've not seen them do better than what they've done. Healthcare came in for a really good move. Y is supporting your discretionary sector. This is your Tesla, your Amazons, so very good sector to have moving with your tech sector. Communication sector, this is like your Metas, your Googles, Netflix. Got our banks. Banks are doing good. Even Staples went up with everything, so, which I think also goes into that propped up feeling. Seeing the defensive and offensive sectors move together, if you want to put it in just super basic terms. But seeing tech and Staples move together might also create that feeling. How was everyone's afternoon? How's everyone's weekend? What did you guys do this weekend? Did you guys just chill, lay low? Should have gotten colder for a lot of you this weekend. Just reposting SPY. Making sure I get all the charts out correctly. Alright, we're good. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, dude. Outside work and BB theory studies. Oh yeah, how did that go? I meant to ask you and Homeboy how that was going. Oh wait, I did see him tag. My bad, my brain's a little foggy this morning. I do remember him tagging you and saying something. Let me go look and see what the hell that was. Where did I see that at? Oh, that was Post Charts channel. Yeah, I won't lie. I honestly forgot that was even in that playlist. Not that I want to be like that guy that's like, oh, you have a question? Here's a video for it. You know, I like to go over things over and over, but that is something I've gone over like 100 times in stream. And I almost promise that's why I made that video, because I get asked so much. Because I have such a big community of people who are like from the old days to people who are kind of more newer. And they have questions like that, so I like to answer that because that is a good ass question. I would have the same line of thinking if I was one of you. I'd be like, huh, why is he changing this and that? And it's like, it's not really a change. It's just, it's a difference in how you look at things. You know, back in the day, every level was like God to us. Nowadays, it's there's only like 2 or 3 levels that really tell us that. Every other level is basically like a target or, you know, just something else that exists. It's like a priority system. you know, this holds more priority over this. Like when you get a fast pass at Disney. Man, saying fast pass just gave me PTSD. And I am absolutely cool with you pointing to vids. That was cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do it every time someone asks me something, but that was a really good question to just be like, yeah, I forgot. Hey, guys, this is in that playlist I like a lot. Probably a bad thing for me to forget, but that's why I have those lists and those, like, organized, like, setups, so it tells me, oh, yeah, that's right, I have a video on this. Because if I went back to my channel and I was like, all right, let's type in this exact question, like, I'm not going to find anything. As I see, I've already made vids and everything. Rewatching Never Heard. Yeah, it's mainly just because of that, though, because I've been here for so long. I've had so many people in chat tell me, be like, yo, why don't you just make a video for this? You don't have to do this, this, and that, and repeat it every time. Some stuff I like to repeat, like, do we have videos on sectors? Yes. Do we have videos on key levels and how to use them? Yes. But, like, is that going to stop me from talking about them? No. I'm still going to go over them. But there are definitely some things that could just be put in a video. Like, anytime someone asks me about the gap fib, because I see one of you guys mention it, I'll just link them a video. I'll be like, yeah, watch this. Because it's like a 3-minute video. It's not even 3 minutes. It's literally less than 3 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal to most people. And if someone can't watch a 2-3 minute video, that's their problem. You know, it's not like... And I'm not even sitting here saying, like, oh, this video will... this is everything you needed. This is going to solve everything. No, I do not believe that at all. But if you have a question about something, yeah. But hopefully that helped, though. Hopefully you and, was that Huckett, or who was that? I can't remember. Oh, no, it was Offender. Wait, it's the same person. But good shit, though. I hope you all both enjoyed it, or at least watched it, and got something out of it, and were like, oh, yeah. Or hopefully I answered any of y'all's questions. Is there another ticker you guys would want to see me start posting for like plans and setups and just kind of actively talking about it more for the Levels and Swings channel? Is there a ticker I should add to that channel? I feel like I've done Just Spy for a long time now in that channel, that I've just felt the need to only keep it Spy in there. But if there's a different ticker you guys want me to add in there with it, maybe I could add something else. Like for VIP, I did Apple and IWM outside of, like, just SPX. You know, don't just do SPX. I also posted Apple and IWM, just because these are two charts that I just think have good movement, decent options chains. And it's Apple. It's going to be pretty much directly tied to tech. And then IWM, kind of to have like an outlier, have a small cap, you know, something else to look at that isn't, you know, 100% tech oriented. Which is probably why they're doing so well, is because you look over to that left, you see all the sectors are doing well. I mean, makes sense. Pretty cool, though. I have to know, just because I clicked on it, I have to know. Dude, that is so disgusting. The 50% of the gap up. Fell perfectly into, bounced perfectly off of. I mean, that is disgusting. Gap fib strat on coin today. That's actually disgusting to look at. Every time I see a gap and you see like a small pullback, you're almost just like itching to be like, all right, did that go near the 50%? Y'all should do the same thing too. Anytime there's like let's say there's like a level you're watching and you really like it a lot, or there's just something you were watching that broke to the up or downside, doesn't matter what. Draw a fib, seriously. Like, as soon as it stops moving and consolidates or pulls back even, like, draw a fib just of the move from that level or whatever thing you were watching that broke, and see, you know, of that move, how much of it does it go back and retrace? Does it go back and hold 50% of it? Does it go down and hold the golden pocket? Or does it need that full retest of going back to the level that it came from, or area that it came from, whatever you're watching? I challenge you guys, draw more fibs of the move, of the breakout. Give yourself a secondary help there. If you're always trying to only catch, that's another thing too, if you're only trying to catch like open range breakouts or moves after a bunch of shit has already happened, like you're not doing something right. You need to be treating some of your more key areas as like magnets, and you should be trading as close to those magnets as possible, as much as you can. None of us are perfect. Except maybe Ace. Ace might be perfect. Don't tell him I said that. Dear God, don't tell him I said that. Was a good review. Thanks for sending the links. Crazy how all the free info is out there. Well, that's actually not free info, to be honest with you. That's the one playlist I have paywalled. That's the only playlist that I'm keeping as like a member only thing, because I want to be able to share like a whole thing to like people in my Discord, because like I think in the beginning, and I'm not going to sit here and lie, like the beginning it was like, oh, let's get people in here, let's get them to sign up. Nowadays it's like, if people sign up, cool, like support me if you want. So I like to have like something extra for those people that are literally just here to be nice, because there's people who just join and sign up just to be nice to me. They're not actually here to learn. So if they do ever want to learn, or anyone here is here to learn, you know, there is that extra playlist for those people who are here. Plus, I'm keeping it as like a kind of like a paywall thing. It's not like it's a big deal. You could literally just get it on YouTube for like less than $6. It's like over 4 hours of just ranting basically, but it's not like anything aggressive. Like it's literally me just talking about the levels and how we should think about them. And that's what it means. I mean, the BB theory playlist, it's everything that we theoretically think about in between and outside of these levels, and what decides what, why do we think that, you know. So I go over all of that in those videos, because those are like the harder hitting questions for a lot of the people in my chats who are not a beginner anymore. And I don't mean to put it like that, because I don't like to think about it like that. I don't want to be like, well, this is beginner content and this stuff is for more advanced traders, only the smart ones can do this. No, I think anybody can pick this up. It's not like fucking Albert Einstein, only Albert Einstein can do this. But I just think like to a lot of the people who dig deeper on the levels and they start to use them more, or like a certain thing about them, they start to see these certain lanes that price can take, and they're like, wow, why am I not paying attention to that more? Like when you first discover the lead test, or when you first discover the gap fib, or when you first discover the liquidity grab, or the, you know, the 90% entry, whenever you first discover these couple things, it's like, huh, that's crazy, like how this works and how that works. So that's what that playlist is for. It's to go over those like harder hitting questions, to go over those weirder lanes of thinking when you're looking at levels and the price action between them and outside of them. You know, the different things that we're always looking at, or the repetitive things that we're seeing that they do. You know, that's not that you're not crazy for seeing those certain things, and that's why I don't know what to label it, so we just call it BB theory, because it's all theoretical. But it's also cool because it's not just theoretical. I really am selling myself short on that. A lot of it is backed up by just historical data, not just from Data J. Even Leland and me in the past have gone over it before, but it's a lot cooler seeing Data J's data because it's right there in your face. But a lot of this stuff lines up with that data saying, yeah, this is high probability. Yes, that is low probability. You know, it lines up. So it's a weird conversation, but when you guys ask questions like that, that's what that playlist is for. It's for like I said, the harder hitting, not as present on your mind type questions. You know, you're not going to start trading and go, huh, Bueller, why would I look at a 90% entry after the breakup previous day? Like, you wouldn't ask that question your first day in here. It's something you ask a couple weeks, a couple months later, or that you think about, you know. I noticed it's just 50% of the gap fibs works for me so far. It works so much on futures too. Clipped. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Do you know who Iman is? Uh, no. I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. I thought your message said, "Do you know who Mans is?" At first, I was like, "Huh?" Do you know who Aman is? I don't think so. Oh man, that was a lot of talking, but that was good. Just a dude who calls out fake trade gurus and was on TJ. It's crazy to me that people get called out anymore these days, because it's really not hard to just sit here and tell people that you don't actually know what you like. I don't ever sit up here and be like, I know what I'm doing. Make sure you guys listen to every word I'm saying and make sure you follow me like the Bible. Like, no. Everybody in here knows damn well I'm human just as much as they are. At least you should. If you don't, I will gladly humble you and let you know. It's so weird people get called out still nowadays. I've never ever been called out in my life because it's really not hard to like just avoid the drama. I don't know, it's just weird. Not that I have anything to be called out for, but it's just like if any of these like big guys ever came in here, they'd probably be like, "Oh, this really is like a small knit community." I don't think they'd ever get the vibe of like, "Damn, this guy's trying to be malicious." I literally tell people openly to not sign up if they join my group because I want them to come and experience just being here for a while. You know, if they want to sign up and support or they want to join the YouTube channel and whatever to see extra shit, that's cool. But there's tons of free shit everywhere, right? This stream right here, right now that I'm talking to you guys on, this is a public live stream. It's so crazy to me that I still see people getting called out and stuff. Well, for the most part, you got to push your courses more than actual trading, and that's what the goobers do. Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I have sold the course in like a year. I haven't even been selling them, my courses. They're kind of just there for people who have lifetime. I kind of just include it with something. So if someone gets lifetime, like, yo, I'm gonna message you the server link and let me give you this, let me give you that, let me give you, like, I like it gives shit to people when they sign up. Bunch of extra shit. And it's funny because I don't check on it. I don't go look and be like, all right, any new people in here? Anybody sign up? Like, I really don't look for it, honestly. Like, someone has to literally be like, yo, I got lifetime for me to remember, oh yeah, here's the stuff you have. Here's the stuff you technically own. Not that I'm like trying to be forgetful, but it's just like, it just shows you how much I'm not thinking about. I don't care like how many people have it, who has it. Cool. I've had literal server owners own my course, buy my course, and use it for the foundation of their own servers. You know, so I'm beyond that, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't ever want to sit up here and be like, well, like I'm so good at trading. Like, you guys see me win trades, you guys see me lose trades. I bleed just as much as any of you. And sure, maybe I've gotten more passive and I've talked more about like owning shares a lot more, but that's because I like to see a lot of my people succeed. I don't want to see my people just options trade. I think you're an absolute moron if all you do is options trade. And I tell my people this all the time. If you just options trade, you are a moron. Owning equity, owning things is more important. That is the true steak of our meal, right? Options is like the salad. We're putting 1,000 Island on that shit. It's good to have. Sure, I'm gonna definitely eat it. But it doesn't need to be my main focus. So they market most real traders don't need to sell to make a living. Yeah. In the beginning, it was definitely fun to like... it's funny too, because if you go back into like my old streams and my old like posts and all that stuff, like... I have such a hard time advertising for myself because it feels so weird, right? I'm in the mindset of like, let me just do me, and if people like it, they can come fuck with me. That's awesome. They could come and join in and vibe. You know, that's what it should be like. if you're trading with somebody, you're in someone's group, and they're constantly coming out with a new thing to sell you every other month, or they're constantly coming out with new courses, this and that, like, that's a really big problem. And I've even done it in the past, the course stuff. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a fucking saint. I'm definitely not a saint. I'm not perfect. But I just remember a certain conversation with a certain server owner. And I remember being told to increase my prices on memberships and courses and stuff and be like, dude, you could be making so much more and blah, blah, blah. And I remember that exact moment I put in that thing on my memberships where you can get it for 50% off no matter who you are. When you could literally sign up 50% off, then downgrade, and then sign back up and get 50% off again. Like, you could literally just keep abusing my system. And then I also set up the whole, like, well, if you get lifetime, you get this and that. Like, I stopped just being like, buy the course. Like, I moved away from that stuff because it's just, it feels shitty, and it's because it probably is shitty. Some people will be like, well, it's just your money, man. You're making your money. It doesn't matter how you get it. Like, well, no, it does matter. Because I can't go to bed at night. I can't go to bed at night if something, like, really bad happens, you know? I remember whenever, just for an example, like when Mel thought that other group was me, I felt so shitty because he paid them like thousands of dollars to be a lifetime member because he thought that they were me. And because he doesn't speak English as his first language, he's ESL, it's his second language, maybe even his third, you know, he kind of got tricked into that. And I felt really shitty, even though that wasn't even my fault. It just was like, what the fuck? Imagine if that's happened to other people and I don't even know about it. Imagine someone who gets tricked like that and doesn't have the energy to find the real Bueller. Like, that's the shit I think about. That would keep me up at night. And it should. The problem with trading groups is lack of transparency and lack of accreditation for... Yeah, I know it is. It's also just like, if someone's constantly trying to prove themselves to you, that should be your biggest red flag, is how I see it. Like, I don't have the energy to go and screenshot all of y'all's gains, go on Twitter and be like, guys, look how good we are. Like, if you're constantly trying to share how good you are to others, you're probably not that good. You shouldn't be even even thinking about that shit half the time. Let's see, what's up and down the most today? UPST is up almost 6%. Roblox is up, Carvana is up, Coin, RCL. Holy shit, DDD are up 10 cents today. Damn, DDD's up 58 cents in the past 3 months. See, this is why you invest and just forget. I said buy DDD under 3, only buy it under 3. The day it goes over 3, we cannot own more. That's one of my oldest, like, equity callouts in chat. I know probably everybody who's taken that is down with me right now on that. But as I've said 100 times, that is a very long-term play. Holy shit, Boeing is up a lot today. Alright. What's down the most? Hims, TPL, Fastly, Clean Energy, Snow, Adobe, Chewy, Costco, John Deere, Eli Lilly. Not a whole lot. Damn, Sophie went back to... Oh wait, that was because of today. I was like, damn, Sophie's at 18. That makes more sense. Very easy to get scammed. That said, Bueller is very intransparent. I mean, I try my best. Like that swing list, I like to try to keep that updated because I don't want people to think like, oh, dude, Bueller's fucking got like 4 swings in a row. Let me take this one. And then as soon as they take that one, they lose. And it's like, well, of course I jump. It feels unlucky, you know? It's like, please just check my stats. Like, you'll see. We do lose. But when we win, they are fucking home runs. Also, I'm actually so confident ever since we did that back testing on my swing strat with like AI, and then or not AI, LLM, and then Data J was like looking over it and was like, yeah, you only need a 27% win rate to actually like break even. Or it's like, Jesus Christ, that is such a crazy thing to hear out loud. I remember when I first started and my swing strat was really strong, I would tell people, just to kind of put it in perspective, I would tell people, guys, we could have a 40% win rate and we'll still be green. You know, I thought telling people that was crazy. Imagine telling someone, dude, I only have to win 27% of the time to be break even. Like, dude, that is fucking crazy to say out loud. So ever since we did that review of like all the swings, because it was like 50 plus swings now, it definitely gave me some confidence. Also, to not worried about being wrong, like, because there's actually so many trades, even in the past ones and ones that I passed up on, that you'll literally be in the red at the very beginning, and as long as you stick to what you like kind of set beforehand, a lot of the time it does end up working out. You just have to be patient, because you're just not always going to be right instantly, and you need to understand that. Whereas in scalping, it's like a completely different war. You know, you're in a different ball game where you do want to be right, maybe not instantly, but pretty close. Whereas swings, you know, you kind of have to understand like there is like a little bit of push and pull. And that's why you do need to understand like the macro movement, like not just, oh, well, we went down because all the sectors are red. It's like, okay, but why have we been going down? Right? What level do we keep going to every time we go down? Every time we go down, what level are we falling from? You know, like you gotta like find that context and then act on that context. That's it. I make that sound so simple, but that's not. But that is, you should try to keep it simple. You know, the moment you try to turn it into rocket science, that's when it's like, that's when you lose the plot. And yeah, good morning, good morning. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. If you're just tuning in, good to see you. Really good movement by SPY in pretty much every sector this morning. Ever since we got up to 671, we have slowed down, including the XOK sector, the tech sector. But nothing has like pulled back strong or anything. We're just kind of seeing a combination of slowing down on pretty much every sector right now. I say it like that because I don't want people to be like, oh, everything's slowing down, fuck, get puts. No, I mean, it could just consolidate for a few minutes. Or a few candles. But yeah, good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys. Good to be back. Hopefully not everybody had power problems. I know some people around here had some power issues. Myself included last night. Yo, what's up, Fipo? Good to see you. My bad. I'm clicking back and forth between the chats, so I'm trying to catch up on everybody's messages. Good to see you, though, Fipo. Always happy to hear your voice, and it hit 671 like you predicted. I try. Dude, did you see Navi won? That shit was crazy. I was looking at the review of it, and I was like, what? I didn't realize all the teams that lost the other day. I could have guessed Mouse losing, but I would never have guessed the other team losing. Team Spirit. Alright, a little bit more than a slowdown on tech. kind of keeping around like 230 to 250 on the net change in my head, just because it is kind of about where we went once we pushed up and about where we've been settling. That was about the lowest I've seen them since we pushed up, and as you can see, that is the lowest we went since we pushed up. A little bit of aggressive pullback, got a little bit of a wick now. We'll see if that continues back up or not. Since the trend is up on the day, or will we see a bunch of sectors topple together? Healthcare is slowing down massively. That is a lot more than a slowdown. Potential rejection on comms against a bullish target after this push up this today. Almost said this morning. Tech's still doing all right. We'll see if that follows along. And this is also doing all right. So I'm kind of keeping these two in mind now to see if they get worse or not, because that should play into SPY's chart. This should pull back more if those pull back more, is what I'm trying to say. Specifically those two, because those are the ones that are up the most. So they have the most to give, is what I'm trying to say there. I'm also trying to explain myself more on the sector stuff, because I really want to see people taking advantage of it, because it literally is a cheat code. Anytime I see people using a gap fib, cheat code. Anytime I see someone using sectors to help them trade something, cheat code. I mean, the thing you're doing is just increasing the probability of your trade working out or not. And in our case, we're trying to make it work. Of course, I don't know who's actively trying to make their trades not work. That would be a little crazy. Sorry, updating stuff on my channel for SPY. Just gotta make sure people who aren't in the stream get at least some sort of an update. Good to see you guys in the Discord as well. Garden, Gold Creation, JC, Fipo, Rob, and Snurpy. Good to see all of you. I did not give y'all's proper shout out. Hopefully you guys all had a pretty decent weekend. Poor Alex, man. He's fucking trapped with his family after vacation. Rest in peace. Alex will be missed. Hopefully him and his family can get the hell home, though. That'd be cool. I need my healthcare guy in the chat. Bro, did y'all see the picture of him, by the way? I've been trying to tell y'all that man is a unit. What channel was that in? Off Topic channel. Go to Off Topic yesterday, 5:59 p.m. That is Alexis, aka Alex, aka Optioneer, aka the Healthcare Beast in our chat. Also, what are they swimming with in that picture? That looks crazy. Oh, it's a stingray. Fuck, that thing is huge. That looks like two different things swimming, and it's just one. But yeah, absolute unit in that picture. I have never seen that man complain in my life. I mean, he could get like shot in the leg or something, and he'd still be like, "Yo, y'all good?" Like that's the kind of person he is, man. He is. I mean, I don't want him to ever get shot in the leg, but I'm just saying. Alex is really, really cool. A lot of people in chat know who he is too, so. Yeah, if you want to see what the beautiful man looks like, go check it out. We like Alex around these parts. Dude, my eyes deceived me, or did XYZ go red for a second? It did. That's what we like to see. It's what we'd like to see. I'm also checking the other two that I posted but didn't enter, Cisco and Netflix, just because I honestly kind of just want to keep a finger on those, see where those are going. See how they doing. We got IGV here as well. Shout out Matty Ice. Oh wait, I already saw Netflix. What am I doing? What was in my head just now? Oh, it was coin. I don't really need to look at that again. It did its thing. I really, really like these fucking levels right now. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry for cussing. That was like an unneeded time to cuss, but this is so clean how it's like spaced out. I knew as soon as I recharted this yesterday, I was like, yep, this is it. Nothing else is needed. It felt really, really good. I think it was just good too, just getting to chart again yesterday. That was a lot of fun. It's funny, right? When I was posting, like, hey guys, what's your sectors into the chat? We've actually not moved any lower or higher. These numbers are almost to the dot where I posted. Yo, what's up, Tobias? Good to see you, dog. I'm switching between the chats and stuff, but good to see you. We got Fipo from Austria in here. We got Tobias from the Netherlands in here. I mean, we might as well form our own pact. I am here. Dude, I was actually, there's this big fucking post on Twitter going around it. It's like countries people like the most. Bro, Netherlands out of the top 20 was like number 8 or 7, and then I think Austria was number like 9 or 10. I was like, bruh. I was looking at the list specifically for you two. I was like, these two countries gotta be in here. And Austria was better ranked than Germany, which FIPO probably already knew. And yeah, Netherlands was pretty damn high up on that list. I mean, I know we like Tobias, but that doesn't mean we'd like all of the people of of the Netherlands. We're always ranked better than Germany. We are under 2. Does anybody see this on tech? We are under 2. That should make this candle here make so much more sense. We would be number 1 if the Dutch were not able to vote. Nobody here is happy. Tourists are because they don't pay taxes. Damn, you guys sound like the Americans, but like inverse. Complaining about tourists, but for two completely different reasons. And we don't call our people tourists. But no, I get what you're saying. I'm just messing with you. I'll have to go look to see who was number 1. It was probably like Switzerland or something. Or Sweden. Hold up, let me go look. Let me find that post. Now I have to know who was the number 1. Low-key, there were a couple countries on there that I was like wanting to ask y'all about, because I was like, there's no way this is on the list. I have to check something for a friend. I have a friend on Twitter whose posts get constantly taken, so I've been like vicariously living through him on some of these, so it's really fun to go check up on that.
Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla! Though it isn't. Ah! Run! It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but
Morning. Sorry for a late start. Hit my target on that NQ pullback from the break below PMA's jump for the day, but on for support. What is up, Eric? Good to see you, dude. Happy to hear that you're already done. I've just been chilling, going over about a million things in stream. Currently, we've been watching tech pull back very slowly. We saw healthcare pull back already. We see discretionary pull back here a little bit, so not too shocked to see some of these red candles followed up by a slowdown against the 671, which earlier was my main target. If we were going to go up from this area, I was just saying we'll probably bump our head against that at least. We could maybe get to 674, but I wanted to see how the sectors were going to do against this level, and they have only slowed down once we got here. So this pullback is honestly the cleanest thing I've seen all day. And then, of course, you had all the sectors pushing this morning, too. That was pretty cool. Good to see you, though, brother. Good to see you. And yeah, I only took that last week off. That was it. Bueller, what are you doing around market close? I could chill or lecture around that time. Market close? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a full day Monday, because I went to bed super late. You weren't here earlier, but the power was flickering, and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to stream today, so I stayed up to see if it'd come back on. And it did. But I am definitely not going to have the energy to make it all the way to close. Oh wait, I was trying to find that damn list. I got caught up with you people. You and your happy good morning messages. I don't know who made all these people so positive in my chat. I know it wasn't me. I'm joking, of course. Dear God, I make a joke. Alright, let me find this damn post, because I have to know what countries are better than the ones that my friends are from. I'm also getting spammed a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff on my algos, and I am completely fine with it. Like this one. It said, Netflix is concerned about some of its users. Someone watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy 300 times in 2018, according to Netflix. And it's the meme that says, my friend, you bow to no one. I fucking love these posts. Also, I don't even really like Henry Cavill as an actor, besides maybe like Superman and then that other thing he did, the show. Like, what I'm trying to say is he's a great actor, but I really only like him in like a couple things. But bro, he has got to be the coolest actor on this planet, dude. The amount of times I see him glaze Lord of the Rings and all these cool nerdy things, like, nah, bro. Henry Cavill might be the coolest famous person. Henry Cavill says the Lord of the Rings extended cut, which, bear in mind, guys, some of these are like 2 to 3 to 4 hours long with extended cut, is his ultimate comfort movie. Like, bruh. I fucking love this guy. Of course, I'm trying to find this post and I can't find it now. Now it just doesn't exist. I'm being gaslit. Another actor that I only like in one thing is probably Chris Pratt. I don't think I can watch a single thing that Chris Pratt is in. But as soon as you say Guardians of the Galaxy, bro, like all that hate goes out the window. Because that is like true cinema. Okay, I can't find the list, but there was a bunch. No way I can't find this. Also, I said it about 100 times in stream, and I will continue to say it. If you guys follow me on Twitter and I don't follow you back, all you have to do is tell me. Because there was a few of you that I had no clue about that were on there. And I don't check this shit enough, so it's not really my fault. I just don't look a whole lot. But I want to make sure that most of the people I'm following are just people that are, like, literally around me. I'm not one of these pages that want to follow. Like, I have, like, 5 pages that over, like, 100k or 200k followers that follow me, and it's not because we're friends. They only follow me because they have a bunch of... they follow everybody who has trading in their name, or, you know, people who want to be part of the algo and stuff. Like, that's what you do. People just get on here and follow everybody and then post a bunch. But it's like, I don't do that. I don't care if my post reaches 20,000 people. I share the links on there so people that want to see the links can see them. That's about it. And then I repost memes and stuff, but that's about it. There's way too many politics on here too, so I really like going through like memes, because there's a lot of there's a lot of fun on the internet if you focus on the fun. As soon as you take your eyes off of the fun, you start to look at all the dramatic, and maybe not as dramatic, shit happening all around the world. Like, bro, I didn't try to escape the world just to see more of it. I wanted to escape it to see a meme.
We're helping.
Like right now, there's a lot of drama happening between Trump and NATO. I don't even want to dig into it, but there's a lot of shit. If you go online, you will see plenty of it. That's the current drama. I just want to get on here and see Lord of the Rings memes. Holy shit, try to say that 5 times fast. Lord of the Rings memes. You bow to no one. Oh yeah, The Witcher, T-Bone Panda, you have elite ball knowledge. Yeah, The Witcher. I fucking have never ever read anything about The Witcher before, but then I saw Henry Cavill in it and I was like, nah, this is a banger. I knew it was fire. As soon as he wasn't in it anymore, I knew they were cooked. Like, I don't understand why people let go of actors like that either. If let's say you had a really nerdy niche series, right? Like, what's something that's really niche that you guys like that not a lot of people like? Now imagine you find an actor that also loves that thing as much as you do, if not probably 100 times more in Henry Cavill's case. Now imagine letting that guy go and not just trapping him in a contract to make him do what he wants to do. You know, like, that is mind-blowing to me. In my opinion, that man was on this planet for 2 things. To be Superman and to be The Witcher. And now he can't even do either of them. Well, 1, because his Superman thing's kind of done, but 2, The Witcher just kind of fucked itself. Yeah. He left because they were being retarded, like they're being dumb. Is it? Yeah, you're 100% right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you mess that up, bro? How do you mess up a trending actor who is actually in love with your project, probably more than you are, and you mess it up? That is crazy work to me. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I'm not even the biggest Witcher fan. It was just a really good show to me, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't be like, that was top 10. No, it doesn't even touch my top 10. But it was so fucking good. Like, I don't think I'll ever forget that one. Oh yeah, Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec. That's true. I can't diss the Parks and Rec. I think I was mainly speaking in movies, but yeah, he is definitely. Yeah, no, I can't down that one. But yeah, he's just the Parks and Rec Guardians of the Galaxy guy to me. Like, I can't see him in Mario. I can't see him in any of this other shit. It's just like, it's not the actor's fault. It's my brain's fault for like having them as this niche actor for only this one thing. You could also play the Witcher games. Oh yeah, I heard those are pretty damn good. I have only heard good things about those, to be fair. On my time off, I tried a game that I owned. I've owned it since the beginning of time, and I had 0 minutes on it. I tried Red Dead too. And I could see the hype now. For Warhammer? Oh yeah. I know Lag and my brother are probably waiting for that damn game. Actually, I don't know about Lag. Lag might not care. Those are the games that are up that alley, though. My parents read way too much news, so much stress about narrative, while I only read articles that could make me money, lol. Everyone's different, man. Some people like being entertained by all that stuff. Some people get too emotionally drawn in, though. Some people are entertained by it, some are genuinely just emotionally drawn in. Warhammer gets a TV show where Henry Cavill is the producer. Oh my god. The nerds would rejoice. I see tech getting back over 2. Not like that's a big deal, but just kind of keeping my mind around that 2 mark now. Short-term bounce in the Y. Healthcare finally seeing a couple green candles in a row after pulling back from what I thought was a really impressive start to their day. C pulled back probably a little bit more than they should have. Banks held on to the open. I see a lot of things are either at their open or trying to hold the open or right below the open. So a lot of things around their CDO right now. A lot of sectors around CDO. Wait, is that actually happening, people? Or I thought you were just saying you wish. That is actually happening? I know about the show, but he's actually producing? Man, if that's the case, I hope he's the only producer on the entire freaking thing. Because he'll make sure it's all right. He'll be like, no. These orcs are supposed to be darker green, not light green. Like, he'll like actually go through every minute detail. I didn't realize how much of like a nerd he was, man, until those like videos started coming out the past few years. And it's just like, Jesus, man, this guy's the GOAT. I love when you see an actor like acting like a person. It's so fucking awesome. Like the Peaky Blinder guy, they're like literally every celebrity has said that he's the worst celebrity ever because he's too good of a person. Like he's a really, really good actor, but they said he sucks at being a celebrity. That was a big reason too that so many people like I mean there's a lot of reasons why people like Robin Williams, but that was another thing Robin Williams did when he was alive. He never acted like an actor. Like bro would do whatever the F he wanted. No matter how goofy it was, no matter whatever it was, like that shit was so cool. There's plenty of actors nowadays that still do that. Every nerd sucks at being a celebrity and he is one, yeah. I think those are definitely my favorite types of celebrities, are the ones who just like don't really aspire to be, they just are one. Like you and me could idolize them, but they would never ever say that about themselves or ever say anything near that, probably. Those are some of the coolest actors. A Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is so freaking famous, though. But he's another one of those. Holy shit, this music is so put me to sleep, IB. The volume picks up here. Why does it do that? Weird. I can literally see the volume bar like shoot up right there particularly. Man, it's kind of messed up when I open up. Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves. Another great answer. You'll wait for the reviews. I respect that lag. Don't want to get burned. The user or the actual like consumer reviews though. Fuck all these like analyst review things. If we all believed in just analyst reviews, we would never get a good product. Or whatever they're called. The more professional review is what they try to make it sound like. Looks like the CDO hold on a few of the sectors did end up working out here in the past few minutes. I see XLY doing a lot better now as well. C is picking up a little bit. V is doing alright. But looks like the current day open hold has happened on a couple sectors, so I'm not really shocked to see it here on SPY. But does that go anywhere from here? We'll have to see. I think you got to find a reviewer that has the same taste as you. Look how they reviewed stuff. Honestly, I love the long-ass reviews that some people type. I know they seem like perfectionists. Some of them sound like perfectionists, but like, I love those reviews because that's the exact review I need to hear. I need to hear what is all the bad shit, and then I want to see, okay, but why did you like it? Like, I need a little bit of both so I can understand what I'm digging into. If I'm ever even doing that, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really read reviews a lot because a lot of the time you'll just get bogged down and be like, I don't want to. I'll just check something else out. Like and I'm not gonna name names, but I've actually heard of people like bring up The Boys, like from Amazon, and I've seen them be like, well, I heard people talk about it, and I don't want to watch it. It's like, huh? Bro, I'm not even into superhero shit like that, and The Boys has to be one of the craziest shows I've ever seen. If you're someone who likes rated R movies, and you're someone who likes superhero shit, you're probably gonna like The Boys more than anyone on the planet. If I had to write a review about that show specifically, I'd be like, in the first few minutes, you're already hooked. If you're not, get off the show. Because there's something that happens right at the beginning, and if that doesn't hook you, I don't know what will. What's a show that you guys, or a movie or a show that you guys were looking forward to and ended up being kind of meh? Or what's something that came out recently that was kind of meh? I have a great one in my mind. Boys is fire? Yeah. The Boys. Yeah. The Boys is so fucking good. I knew it was good too whenever they came out with that second show, and it was like the one with the kids, and they were like in college or whatever, or high school, I don't even remember. And that one was really good and was actually canon with the show. I was like, okay, this is insane. These writers and producers are just on another level. Because I feel like 9 times out of 10, that kind of idea comes out, and I'm like, this is mid. But it wasn't. It was actually so freaking good. Yeah, Gen V. Fuck, y'all have really good, Oh, yeah, Invincibles is good too, dude. Gen V. Yeah, college. There you go. Yeah, that one was really, really fucking good. That's how I knew the producers were, like, actually good. Not just good with that one idea. When they actually made it work with, like, a completely different group. It's like, okay. Yeah, they're good. Plus, it adds lore to the main show. It adds, like, background context. Man, what a good stream. We got to talk about charts, and we got to talk about movies and shows and shit. I like streams like this where we kind of switch back and forth between like being productive and just talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about. These are definitely my favorite streams. Low key, it has the same hook as... Does it? I need to jog my memory, I think. Oh. honestly, that one scene where they go up to like I guess I'll just call it their Teen Titan Tower thing. That was probably one of the coolest things in the whole first season to me. If that even is the first season, that could be season 2, and I'm just stupid. I think that's season 1 though. No, you're not reaching. No, that was actually... I wouldn't say it's on the same level, but you're definitely right that it's like the same thing. The one that happens in The Boys is like... Oh god, like... like it hits you. Imagine The Boys, but like with like 3D, or what is it called whenever like things fly out of the screen at you? That would make it so crazy to watch. Also, whoever thought of like that first episode of The Boys, whoever thought of all those things needs awards. Like whoever thought of that stuff, just give them something. That has to be one of the coolest starts to a show I think I've ever seen. It's not even just out of left field. They completely invent a new direction of a field that it came from. The comics on Invincible or The Boys? Are there comics on The Boys? Both? Jesus. Alright, I guess the one for The Boys, did it come out like way before the show, or like did it come out like during the show, or how did that work? Am I just not aware? Yeah, T-Bone knows Ball, dude. I knew T-Bone knew Ball when he remembered The Witcher. Before? Damn, okay, that makes me a little bit more interested then. Honestly, if you would have said it came out at the same time, I'd be like, eh. Before, though, now that's something I can work with. Yo, what's up, Matty Ice? I was just talking about you earlier. All good things, all good things. Guys, go delete that part of the stream. Imagine Comics, I think. Damn, yeah, I'll have to look that up. I did not even know that existed. And if I had heard of it, I probably just, like, didn't believe it existed because it just sounds crazy. Like, hearing The Boys has comics. Because in my head, the show was everything, you know? But that's crazy. This is not even the case. There are some comics. Is what's-his-name in the freaking comics? And no way that was a planned character. Does that mean Frenchie is in the freaking comics? Just as graphic, if not even more. Damn. On a matcha break in the greenhouse vibing. Dude, yeah, I saw that picture you sent me last week, or maybe that was Saturday, I don't remember now. That was a crazy picture, though. Really got things rolling in there. So you're still doing, like, side jobs and stuff, like, as they pop up while doing that? Good to see you, by the way, Maddie. Yes, sir, it's actually snowing today, so not much for landscapes yet. Been getting leads, though, like crazy. Damn, okay. Well, there you go. I feel like getting a lead is just as important, too. Just because that opens up a couple opportunities. One customer could turn into, like, 3 for all you know. We need Maddie to hit a home run. We need Maddie to get a customer who has like 5 like neighbors all around him that see Maddie's good work, and then when Maddie's good work finishes, that neighbor brags to those other 5, then those 5 are like calling Maddie up to get their shit done. Next thing you know, Maddie has 5 jobs all in the same area and he's making bank. That'd be cool. We should all be wishing that for Maddie. That's how I started. One guy in the lake turned into 4 houses in a row. Yeah, the only reason I say that is because that's how it was in plumbing. Because we didn't really do advertisements; it was all word of mouth. And every time we did someone's house, like we were in that neighborhood again that next week, just because someone else saw our truck there or saw us do work there or something. Like it was pretty nuts. Word of mouth is the strongest shit ever. Peeping iBit, but let me check it out. Maddie, you need to get you still have BF6 downloaded, right? We need to get a party going again. Me, Fipo. We tried to get Rigney to play it again, but his thing can't handle it. Have ads built ready to go, but haven't ran any yet. Damn. Need more storage? Oh, okay. Oh, this is the Bitcoin ETF. I was like, what am I looking at? I was like, this isn't coin. Makes sense why I was thinking that, though. It's like the same vibe. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like coin. I like a lot of the crypto plays right now. I see a lot of people are still bearish on it, and I think that's a good thing because it's gonna allow all these people getting in on the dip buy to actually get a move after. Yeah, I like the crypto charts right now. Coin, Bitcoin features. That iBit didn't look too bad. Low-key January calls, maybe even April. Yeah. Love the music? Yeah, it's not bad. We'll see at the end of the stream if any of this was copyrighted, because I can't tell you guys how many times I play a non-copyrighted playlist in here. And at the end of the stream, I have a list of songs it wants me to mute. Like 20 plus songs. See you later, Tobias. New Scrubs episode? Yeah. I need to see what that even is. Good post by Chris in the Off Topic channel. I bet it's a scam. Call it non-copyrights. People play it on stream, then steal monetization. Honestly, you're probably not even reaching when you say that. It could also be outdated, and maybe I'm just like clicking on a really old one. But like, when I type in non-copyright playlist, it shouldn't do that. If it is, you know, YouTube's algo should pick up on that. Yeah, I can't tell you how many streams. It happened on one of the streams pretty recently, a couple weeks ago, on like a Thursday or Friday stream. It was like one of the rare late week streams I did one, and it was I couldn't even post the stream as a VOD because of all the songs that were like muting the audio. Now there was an option to go in there and mute every song, but I would have had to have gone through every song and clicked it, and there was like 30. But yeah, that was a really good stream. I used to get pressed about that though, and now I look back at it, I'm like, man, like I don't even know if there's even maybe 5 people who even click back through streams. And then number 2, I'm gonna stream again. You know, I'm gonna talk about the same shit again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So it's not like it's the end of the world if that happens. But sometimes I put something in a certain way that I've never said before, and I'm like, damn, I wish I would always remember to say it like that, because that is like such a good, smart thing I just said. But then I don't remember it exactly that way, because my brain is like a big fucking circus. But yeah. But I used to get pressed about that. Now it's like, whatever. I'm going to be talking again next stream. What's up, Lunar? Good to see you, dude. Besides the energy repricing, what would you see as a tail risk for this conflict going into 2027, assuming no resolution by mid-year? Definitely trade deals. Because everyone's forgotten about inflation and interest rates now. Now we're all focused on like energy prices and Iran, which I mean, I guess rightfully so. But a tail end risk for the conflict going into 2027. Probably trade deals, trade war. As a tail risk thing, because I definitely don't see a lot of people talking about that, but there's definitely a lot of trade deals that are going to be all fucked up now. Between us, China, between us and this country, between us and that country, between us and Europe, between Europe and China, between, you know, it's a lot. As a tail risk, that's what I would say. But definitely the one you said is probably the most important. Because a lot of people are more focused on, like, well, of course they're more focused on us because, you know, we're us, but a lot of countries are being affected with that energy repricing. Like Japan specifically is a big one. Like 95% of their oil is being affected. That's a pretty big margin. I think it's only like 18% or 20% of our oil is being fucked with. Like it's a big deal, but it's not 95%. And then Europe is more fucked than we are, honestly. But that isn't really a good thing. We're all fucked when it comes to the repricing. But Europe is definitely taking a bigger hit than we are. Yeah, trade war. I noticed institutional delta hedging has surpassed 2020-2011, which I find interesting since both spikes were short-lived bear. Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but the short-lived part, very interesting. How you been though, Lunar? Good to see you, dude. I was out last week. Had a passing in the family, but I'm back. We back at it again. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys again. I didn't even thank y'all yet. Thank you guys again for all the messages and shit. I had like 20 plus DMs when I got back. I had like all kinds of tags in chat and shit. So I thank you guys again. Very, very cool of you. Not that you guys haven't done that in the past. I mean, I always get cool messages from you guys, but that was especially a good time to get those. Not doing a lot back into fixed income until the market gets more interesting. Nice. Well, feel free to update us, Lunar. I'm always happy to see you in here and see what you're talking about. You're definitely over my head with the information you have, but I always like to learn and a little interested. Good morning, team. Is SPY showing a 90% entry on CDO at upside? Yeah, so far they have been. Nardle, good find. Also, good to see your name in here. But yes, a lot of different charts right now. Not even just SPY, but your sectors just now. All did a 90% at that CDO. But yes, good looks. Anytime you want to double confirm that outside of just asking me or seeing it for yourself on SPY, definitely take a run through some of your top sectors real quick and see if it kind of aligns with what you're saying. And right now it is, so you are correct. Great post. I'm on the 10-minute right now, but I was just glancing. Good morning to you. Damn, we're already almost at 10:30. The first part of the day always just flies, man. I think it's because of all the talking I do in the beginning of the stream, but still, it does feel like the time just disappears. Hope you're well, Bill. You too. Thank you. Appreciate you. Just chilling now, seeing what everyone's up to. Kind of had a chill stream today, really. We did a lot of yapping, a lot of explaining and stuff in the beginning, and even up to this point now, but had a lot of also some fun combos in here earlier. I found out that T-Bone Panda has probably the most elite ball knowledge I've seen from any individual in my chat in a very long time. I find it hilarious that the only AAA rated American entities are Microsoft and Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, that sentence alone you could have just cut off and I'd already be laughing. U.S. government is only AA. I say that's funny because, like, of course he says Microsoft, Microslop. And then you have Johnson & Johnson, the other probably most sketchiest big company out there. I mean, these people literally probably poisoned babies, and they're a AAA rated company. You're just a big nerd? Well, you're very welcome here because I am also a nerd. Probably not as big as you, but I look up to nerds like that. It's like, damn, that guy has aura. No, not really, but I'm really big into like anime and stuff, but I love all the dirty shit too, though. Games, movies, shows, it doesn't really matter. Sketch, yeah, no, I mean, I'm on YouTube here. Remember the leaked memos that detailed their government contracts to deploy in vaccine trials? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Those are the two companies that are AAA. Not like I could have found any better replacements, but I'm just saying. It's funny that the two are Microsoft and J&J. It's like saying, like, it'd be like saying, like, UNH is in good standing with, like, the public. Or, like, just saying something that isn't true, I guess is what I'm saying. I was also looking at the polling, not just for CNN and Fox. There's a polling that happens over, like, 10 or 11 different, I think it's 11 different polls across the United States, and it shows, like, how many people like the war, how many people don't. And apparently it was closer to 50-50 in the beginning, and now it is cascaded to like 40-60, maybe even worse than that now. Most people disagree with it now. So as more time has gone on, more people are starting to disagree with it, is what the polls are showing. Which is interesting. I mean, which I think also logically that just makes sense though. Because in the beginning, it's like, oh, this will be over soon, and then now it's like, it's not going to be over yet. So now, of course, it's going to lose some people's validation of it. But I did find that interesting. And I wanted to make the poll thing clear because I don't want people to think like, oh, we only looked at Fox or we only looked at CNN. No, it shows every poll. It was from 11 different pollings. Not that we need to be looking at polls and going, oh my God, this is the way. No, I mean, I think polls are very bad, but it was just cool to see a general consensus of people's opinions and everything going on. Corporations more secure than the sovereign. Yeah, I know, which is scary. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw what Warren Buffett said. I think it was last week while I was gone. That might have reignited my fandom for Warren Buffett. Just when I was losing hope on that man, he came out and said probably the coolest thing I think anybody in the entire stock market has ever said. He basically called out politicians without calling them out. Because, of course, if he steps over his bounds too much, who knows? He might get Epsteined. But he did come out and say, if our country is at a point where we're thinking about, like, defaults and shit, like, why are we not holding politicians accountable for this? I thought that was one of the coolest things. I'll have to go find his word for word what he actually said, but he stood up against the politicians last week, and I thought that was really cool.
Living around
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that
because if
relevant?
you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians. And
The
who
senator
says,
who's calling for the
you're the one who
overthrow of the
claims-
government,
you're the
and
one
you
who
don't know
claims-
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who military strikes to
Offensive capacity.
No,
At war
we're-
with Iraq. By the way.
I still can't find that damn post I was trying to find.
But like, if a game comes out and you don't want to play it and you've never played it, shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Dude, I think I've seen 100 people the last 2 weeks join our chat with that clan tag thing in Discord. It just says TT. I click on it. TT Trades and AM Community. Brother, there's 81,500 people in this server. How in the mother of God have I never heard of these people? But there's 81,000 accounts in there. Dude, these Discords need to be deleted. Like, oh my God. I don't even know if it's full of people or not. It literally feels like it's all fake. That's so crazy. $81,000? Bro, if there were 81,000 people on my server, I would go nuts. I would literally never be able to interact with any of you ever again. That would be way too many people. And yeah, good mention by Nardle Baby earlier on the CDO bounce. Like finding a hornet's nest in the backside of your house. Oh God. I guess it depends how big it is. You know, being in the South, I think seeing one, that wouldn't really mess with me. You're seeing a small one, but yeah, I mean, you see more than a couple flying around. It's like, all right, I think I'm gonna go around this way. All my Chuck Norris genes just started just fading away as soon as I see more than a few. I go from I think I can take this to I think I'm going to go this way very quick. Man, I can't tell y'all how happy I am that my internet and power was on this morning. I was low-key kind of salty at like 2:30 a.m. I was like, no way that I come back and I can't stream. And then I was also pissed because I didn't have anything downloaded and my phone was about to die as my hotspot. And I was like, all right, I need to download some things before this thing goes out. And I downloaded like 5 things before like everything really was out. And then I went to sleep just to wake up for everything to be fine, which I guess that's the win scenario. I was gonna be pissed though. I was like, damn, I need to stream. I didn't stream all last week because I wasn't here. By the way, if you're in my YouTube stream and the music is putting you to sleep, but you still want to hear some of the updates or whatever I'm talking about, you can join the Discord. There is a call in there. I figured I would go through the pain though and listen to the music with y'all today. I have noticed a massive surge of people looking for a black... Yeah, dude, the Black Swan event hunting lately has been pretty crazy. Everybody has to be the next Michael Burry. Everybody has to be the next Warren Buffett, like with the call-outs. Like, it's crazy. That's why, honestly, when I get on Twitter, or like get on anything really, I do my best to just look at all the funny shit, like memes, like videos of stuff, you know, because like I don't want to get on there and get locked into hearing about all these different people's feelings and emotions and what they think's gonna happen. Because everybody in here might think the same thing. You know, you might all think like, oh, well, that wouldn't affect me. Yes, it will. It will affect you. So it's good to not, you know, get too deep into it. It's nice to understand, but it's also nice to just kind of like being able to focus on your own thing, focus on what you believe in. Because, like, in my opinion, like, I think it's still, like, okay for people to be, like, picking up shares at a dollar cost averaging rate. Like, I think it's fine. Just, should you be buying, like, just tech? No, probably not. Like, it should all be spread out at least a little bit. Dollar cost averaging small amounts here and there into things. Therefore, you don't feel too invested when things do go up and down. You're not overly drawn by the fact that, oh, well, we just dumped a bunch and I just bought 1,000 shares. Like, now you're not in that scenario. So I don't know. Each dip is honestly a really nice discount, but at the same time, people need to realize that we're not just going to get a straight up or a straight down market every damn week. It's funny because it's multiple weeks I've been waiting for us to have a more, boring week, and we just haven't. We just keep having these just super stellar movements, you know? And everyone's going to be like, well, yeah, it's because of the news and Trump and Iran. It's like, brother, we were doing this before all that shit. We were doing this before that happened. Like, it definitely is relevant, but it's not the 100% reason. The market was already making insanely good moves. You add some more volatility to it and more emotion into it. Yeah, you're going to get more moves like that. But I'm not going to try to sit up your neck like I can call them all out. All you can do is plan and wait. Damn, look at Nardle. Into the first phase of the day. Spike consolidation through first phase after a gap up. It did hit one good target. If I had to add one note to what you just typed, Nardle, it would be that it did hit one really good target. But yeah, I would say that that's accurate. Everything else is very accurate. It did just kind of consolidate between two known areas. Frick feelings, exactly. At least when it comes to trading, frick feelings. How's everybody in the stream there? How are you guys doing? Enough about me, enough about drama and conflicts. What are you guys up to? Reminds me of 2015, multiple conflicts. Yeah, I know. It's literally like China trade war, like before COVID. Like there's just so many things that are happening. Like I remember every day for a while, I would be like, yeah, guys, Fed speaker. Yeah, guys, Fed speaker. Yeah, guys, Fed speaker. Yeah, guys, Fed speaker. That's not 2015, but I'm just speaking from what I've actually experienced. Yes, just 671 area in general. Because on the smaller time frame chart, I get 671 on the dot, and then on this one, we get 671.40. So just 671s in general. You know, the fact that we've gone up to that, like it is a target, it is something we have pushed up to hit. And I'm reaching by giving you a note on that, by the way. Like, you did fine by saying what you said. I just thought I'd throw literally anything onto it that was actually constructive. But you did fine with everything you typed up. I just wanted to note that, so we're all in the mindset. Because I think if someone just reads consolidation after gap up, I think they think that we've gone absolutely nowhere. But in fact, we've done a really good job of going up and actually hitting something. Which is important, because I think if we did just go up and kind of just fizzle out, you know, it would feel a lot more bearish. Now it's like, damn, you know, the fact that we did a 90% here after doing this move, wow, it's like, damn, could we push through that now? Like, it almost leads you to believe that it could do more now. But like I said, I was reaching by giving you something to edit on that. I was just saying, you did fine. Had a credit unwind in 2016. Which I thought that said witch hunt at first, which both hurt the market and helped, which helped prop it up for 2 straight years. Yeah, I mean, it's like a big liquidity grab, but context. Bearish invalidation into a bullish validation. It feels like the market is moving through a minefield. That's a good way to put it. I will say today was pretty clear. I won't lie. Today's movement was pretty clear. Did anyone have struggle with today? Specifically today? I'm not going to speak about last week because I wasn't here, and I don't want to try to do the after bullshit with you guys and be like, well, you should have known it was doing this because this and this was happening. And like, I wasn't here. I don't want to... The fuck do I know, you know? But I'm here now. Does anybody have any issues with today's price action? Because today was honestly very clear. Like, honestly, I would say that there was almost no part of today where I was 50-50. I would definitely say you were definitely a lot more bullish than bearish from the open of today. Even when it dipped down, every sector, most sectors, held their CDO or were liquidating their CDO to go up, making SPY more bullish, making green candle go big. But was anybody confused about today or need like a quick review of anything on that? Because we've gone over it pretty extensively, but just in case somebody's in here and they're like, yo, what the fuck? I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Feels like the market is moving. Oh, I already read that. Good job, Bueller. Great job. Rereading messages. You're fucking killing it, dude. Oh, God, I love water. Whatever being created the universe, I don't care. Whatever gave me water, I love you. Microsoft rising volume push to CDO did not break, looking for continued strength and a pullback. Dude, Nardle's kind of killing it with these little one-line updates. I like this. Whenever I see people like this typing in there, y'all make me feel compelled to just go to my own channel and post in there, so I don't move up y'all's messages, because I actually like a lot of these messages in here. I do that when I see like Kevo or Letterbuck post or like Maddie post. I'll be like, all right, I'm not going to post yet, because they already did it. I just think it's important to spread the idea of like, hey, I don't need to be the only person saying this, you know? It's kind of nice to see like someone else mention it, bring it up, talk about it. Even if somebody literally just said it 2 minutes ago in stream and they're typing in chat, like, it doesn't matter. If anything, it should be reinforcement that we're seeing it said or typed a second time or a third time or a fifth time by someone in chat or in the stream. I would love to hear your market analysis about today, but I'm about to get busy. All good. I can give you a TLDR. Higher open. Wait, where's SPY? Higher open above PDCP. Not even a real retest of PDCP, but the only real retest I've seen today after hitting a target above us was the liquidity grab we saw go above the CDO, the 90%. Which Nardle Baby was one of the first, if not the first, to mention it. And then since then, kind of just fizzled back up. I say that because it has kind of felt like a struggle the second time up, mainly because it kind of just feels like tech was the only thing that actually did anything there. Healthcare did a little, but if you look at the charts, they're all a little bit more bearish looking than they were before. This one specifically, discretionary, healthcare, comms, like literally every chart except tech. So it kind of feels like tech is by itself right now because of the positioning of everything on this second move up. As a whole, they all did really good today to allow SPY to even have a chance of doing what it did. If it was just tech, I don't know if we would have made it to just 671 today. If everything started pulling back more, we would have had more struggle. But can't complain. We got a really good move by multiple sectors this morning after a higher open, which we know gives us that initial momentum. And if we don't break CDO to go down to the 50% of the gap up, you know, there's nothing really to do about it. And it's funny because I didn't even draw the gap fib today, though we could have. Let's just see where the targets are. I guess I'll leave the 50% on. I just wanted to see the extensions, really. And it did go up to the first. That is interesting. Which a lot of the time when we have a gap up or a gap down, we draw this fib from our previous close into our next day's open. And a lot of the time, if we break our current day open to the up or downside, regardless, you really are trying to go to that 50% for a magnet type move. And anytime we see a continuation in the direction of the gap, it's to most likely go hit, well, other key levels we have on the screen, but that first dotted line, right? And a lot of the time we feel these are like two of our higher probability situations, while running to further extensions or breaking the 50% and making like a new recent low for an OB. You know, these are things that are a little bit more extreme. But hopefully that makes sense to anybody who's not heard that before. It's just part of the gap fib strat. It's honestly one of the easiest things to do, super effective, and a lot of your price action traders are going to really, really enjoy that kind of thing. Just because of how the levels are drawn out and how it's placed. But yeah, I didn't even draw that today just because, as you can see, it's the same exact plan as we have, just slightly different numbers. But it's just cool how that lines up. CDS exposure is now to 2007 levels. I can only guess that concentration is. Mine's do the 70s through IBM, AT&T, etc. Dude, honestly, I wish our government would stop attacking Valve. I think that's the one mega corporation I don't want to see get split up or anything. Can Can we just allow Steam to just do whatever they want? I'm cool with them trying to break up all these other companies, but Jesus, bro. Okay, can I ask you something, Lunar? You're probably older than me, and you sound a lot more intelligent, so I want to ask you something. Right? Now, should something be targeted, you know, based on monopoly? Should something be targeted because it's a monopoly? If there's non-malicious reason, though, right? Let's say if... I'll just give you an example. So, let's say a phone company is monopolizing phones, right? The best cell service. But let's say there's other good cell services, right? So that would be kind of fucked up that they're trying to monopolize it, because there are actually good services, just not that one, right? Now let's give you another example. In this other example, let's say every other competitor sucks complete ass. They aren't trying to get better. They aren't getting any ground. There's no ground being gained. They are ass, right? Shouldn't it be okay for a company in that space to monopolize? Because they are the only one that's actually benefiting the consumer or actually giving a fuck? That's how I think it should be attacked. I don't think all monopolies are bad. I just think most are. And I think Steam is the exception. Like, when I was growing up, I remember AT&T when I was... I mean, I don't know how old I was, but I was younger. AT&T was trying to monopolize over, I think it was T-Mobile. Because I remember we had T-Mobile, and we were like, damn, T-Mobile's ass. You know, they did their job, but they were ass at the time. Everybody wanted AT&T to take over. Dang, I think I may have lost audio not hearing the background music or Bueller. Do you have a headset on or earphones? Oh wait, they won't be able to hear that. It depends on the lobbying interest behind the smaller competitors. Because in my opinion, it should be completely based on, are the other people even trying? That's how it should be based. Just pure and simple, right? There are, of course, other factors, but I feel like that should be the most important driving factor. Because it's like with Steam's case, it's like, it's not really Steam's fault that they're being attacked right now for something different, but I'm just sharing a different example using Steam. You know, it's like, no one's gonna go to Epic Games. They don't own thousands of games. They don't have a store where you can easily access free and paid games like bam, 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 when it's thousands and thousands, shit, even millions of options, let's be honest here. Also, Microsoft was going to get split up by Congress, then they started paying off politicians. Yeah. But, I don't know, I'm not trying to I'm not saying y'all are tinfoil hiding, but I'm just saying, like, a normal person reads that and they're like, oh, this turns me off. So I don't want to go down that path, because now we're just talking about ghost chasing, basically. Because it is true, but it's just like, it's whatever at this point. Normally your speakers... This happened with Naruto last time. I remember the audio went out for them on Discord. Yeah. Happened on Discord too. I think Gates talked about how cheap lobbying was compared to fighting the monopoly via the courts and fines, but I need to verify. Yeah. Your Mag 7 darlings are influencing an era of deregulation, which I find fascinating. Totally different environment from the BIM and 8. No, yeah, it's 100% different. It's like a completely different game. But I don't know, I just thought that was something interesting to think about. I think monopolies that are like where the other services aren't bad, you know, they just need, you know, maybe a little boost, because they don't have like as many customers as your like top tier ones. You know, I could see that being a problem. Like that's something that could be worked on. But when it comes to like ones where it's like, well, the competitors don't even care about the consumer, then yeah, what the fuck? Like let them monopoly then. Could that be a problem down the road? Yes. But that's the problem we're closer to than the one that's down the road. So it's like fighting the lesser evil first. I don't know. We'll see how that one goes though. I just thought I always say that was something cool to think about. Because there's so many cool monopolies that could have happened, and then there's so many that did happen that were like, what the fuck? Why did we allow this? Why is this a thing, you know? And then there's a couple that are like, that could theoretically happen. You're like, damn, I wondered if. I just always thought that was a cool conversation. Because I think we could all agree there is like a rare case of like a couple of them being like, damn, like I'm okay with that happening. And then there's a lot of the time where it's like, I'm kind of glad they split that up. Like something I think that should be monopolized and should never be split up ever again is like, you know how TV right now is kind of going into the trend of like there's ads on everything and you have to pay for everything. Like Netflix is going up, Hulu's going up, HBO's going up. I mean, even for the anime people, it's going up. Like it's literally prices are going up for everybody, and there's ads everywhere. Like that's something that needs to be tightened down on by our government. You should not be getting spammed with ads no matter where you go. Ads, commercials, it's pretty bad now. His main talking point was that not building to monopolize makes you a loser and actually stifles innovation. Yeah, literally. They should all be working to be the most dominant. Because competition is what creates growth, not just getting to a certain point. Like all of them working. Like if Apple and Facebook and Microsoft and all these things didn't compete when they did, they wouldn't be as big as they are today. And that's just a fact. Competition drives growth. Yo, what does this song make you feel like? I need to set up one of these things to like explode open so I have it to where like every sector is there, then I can just click back to one. I don't feel like doing all that. But that is something I could do on my chart preset. I like going to the individuals though and just like clicking through them like this. Oh, XLC is pulling back. I said XOK is almost by itself because it is almost. I mean, like I said, everything looks like shit except this chart. And if every other chart like these pull back, SPY is going to pull back, which will most likely make this one suffer a little bit. If this one continues to hold or go up though, it will stunt the pullback on SPY. It will make it not as one directional. Look, it might still cascade a little bit, but it's not going to just like fall to the ground. Now if this ever sees another red candle though, or it breaks under this high right here, and these are still looking like shit, you will probably start seeing larger red candles on SPY. That's simple math. Quick maths. Another update out, dude. We're killing it today. Wow, that's interesting, Lunar. I just read what you'll type, sorry. I was posting in chat. Which I've said in the past, like, it's like with Google. Like, I think if they ever split Google Chrome up and they make, like, oh, people have to start using Microsoft or Windows or this or that again, or, like, whatever the other, I don't even remember that, like, Firefox. Like, I don't want to use that shit. I just want to use Google. It's not even because the other ones like suck or anything. It's just like, no, it's just I'm too used to Google. It's been the king for too long. So of course I'm going to be used to, of course all of us are going to prefer it over everything. That's not even because of like, I don't know. I just feel like that's another one that's like, you can't really replace that. You're not going to force me to use whatever the Internet Explorer. Like, I don't even know anyone who's clicked on Internet Explorer in forever. Growing up, yeah, sure, that's what most people used. But Google's been in control for so long. It's like, I can't see myself clicking on anything but Chrome. I draw a comparison to LLMs being provided for free by these conglomerates. By offering a free alternative, you block disruption by startups that would seek to generate revenue. Other than the free usage providing mass training, of course, yeah. Yeah, it is crazy how much, like, I could literally just type in CHA on my Google Chrome URL link bar thing, and Chat GPT will pop up. You know, it's like there. I can go in there and type for free whenever you want. And there's a few big, like, of the big dogs that allow that, you know. Shit, I think it's Chipotle. Doesn't Chipotle have their own AI? Or LLM, sorry. Like, it's crazy. I thought Internet Explorer was dead. Oh, yeah, Edge, sorry. See, I don't even remember the damn name of the new one. Microsoft Edge. Like, I couldn't even remember the damn name, because I just, like, I don't know anyone who uses it. I don't use it. Most people use Google Chrome. Most people go to Google. It's not even because, like, the other ones suck. Like, I'm just saying, like, Google's just the one. That's why I like that monopoly idea, that conversation, because, like, you could talk about so many different companies and so many different parts of history, like, where something was a good one, where this could be bad, and, like, theoretically, what if this happened? Like, it's a cool conversation. I use Edge over Chrome. Oh my god, they do exist. Used Chrome for over a decade. Just used to Edge's integration now. Okay. And yeah, no hate to people who do use Microsoft Edge, or I mean, honestly, if you're using Firefox, find help. But like, no hate to anybody who uses Edge. It's just like, that's another one of those things where, like, most people understand what I'm saying on that, because they know that most people use Chrome. I feel like that's just known opinion now. So I feel like if Google or like something was to ever happen, it's like, well, you can't all use Chrome. Like, dude, that would literally start a riot in the streets. You use Firefox and Chrome? Okay, but what do you use Firefox for though? Firefox users do exist. Okay, the only reason you should be using Firefox is to like stream something that you shouldn't be streaming on Discord to your friend, because you couldn't stream it through YouTube, or not YouTube, sorry, Google. Same thing. I also paired them back in the day. I think the real loser was Opera. Oh yeah, dude, Opera Mobile was like kind of clutch. Shout out to Opera Mobile. Actually, I think there are still actually people who use Opera. I feel like I still hear people using it or hear people talk about it. So only use Firefox for 18 plus. Got it. Yeah, I mean, well, there's things you can't stream. I'm just saying on Discord, like to your friend. Let's say you're trying to show them something. You can't stream everything from Google. Like, so using Firefox is an alternative. Wink, wink. Damn, Opera. I haven't heard that name in forever. Use Brave? I don't even know what Brave is. Brave. Oh, wait, I do know what this is. That's the one with the VPN and it has like all the cool backgrounds people got. I have seen that one actually. Never mind, I take that back. So only use Firefox. Yeah. No, I'm just surprised to hear someone uses it in here. That was crazy. Because that's got to be like probably one of the ones that like almost no one uses now. Is probably Firefox or yeah, probably Firefox. It's OG though. It's been around for a while. Use it on your phone because you despise Safari? Yeah, I know, fair enough. Yeah, mobile's a different ball game. I was mainly speaking about like desktop. Yeah, mobile's a completely different ball game. Because yeah, Safari search is a little sketch. There's like all kinds of settings you can do as well with your Safari to like make it a little bit better, but yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that one. I have several emails, so I use different browsers to have them all open. That's funny. Apple will continue to force Safari on you until morale improves. Dude, they'll never make me like it, though, I swear. At this point, I would be so cool with Apple and Google just partnering up. That'll never happen, but just partner up for that one specific thing. For just a mobile browser. Just for that. Create a really, really good Google like mobile app for everybody to use. And then just have every iPhone have it. This could be the next Game Boy with, what was it called? I can't even remember the damn name now. That's a fucking great... That's a great sentence. Apple will continue to force Safari on you until morale improves. That's really good. In 20 years, you might be paying taxes to Mike. Yeah. That is also very... I don't know, man. With all these things coming out on Bill Gates, I'm so impressed. Whoever is like running the marketing for Microsoft has to be the best marketing team in the world. There are so many things coming out on Bill Gates nowadays and are like legit facts. These aren't even like tinfoil hat things anymore. And they're just like untouchable, dude. They have the best marketing team in the world. "20 years paying taxes to Microsoft." Potentially accurate. Fucking IBM takes over the world. Patents the human existence. A lot of Monopoly talking here today. You guys are some red flags, let me tell you. Bill had his time in the sun. They've come to collect via humiliation. Also, I called it, dude, and it's probably a bad thing to be like, I called this, but like, I knew that a lot of the Epstein stuff would die down because, not even because of the news changing, because of how poorly mishandled it was. It was mishandled so bad that I don't even think most people believe anything that has actually coming out. And I don't even blame people either. I don't. As one of people, I can't. The Epstein stuff has definitely gotten blown out of the water so bad that, like, no one believes anything anyone's saying anymore on it. Everything is a lie. Everything is the truth. Like, that was so poorly mishandled, I will never understand. Probably on purpose, of course. I'm not even going to argue with anybody who says that either. But it's just, that was another crazy one. And there's so many people's names in it, too. Like literally multiple sitting presidents. People who have ran for being president. People who are, like, CEOs or have been a CEO of a top S&P 500 company. Banks. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ. Hey, but make sure you guys pay your taxes. That shit will never fail to surprise me. How nothing will ever get done on that. But not because of, like, no one knows about it. Just how quickly our attention span just goes away from it. It's actually incredible. Rick Rules in the Island Files found that concerning. The Island Directory is yet another circus. People jeered and cheered. Then they demanded a new form of entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, that one's messed up. But I can't even hate the public. I can't even be like, well, the public fucking isn't giving enough attention. Like, no, man, it was so poorly mishandled. Like, I don't even blame people for not believing half the shit they read. Same thing goes for politics. Like, I don't think most people realize when you read, like, political news, you're probably reading, like, targeted news towards you. Like, let's say you're in a right-leaning area and you're more of a right-leaning person, you're going to get a lot of right-leaning news. And then occasionally you'll be jabbed at with some left-leaning news to kind of piss you off and get you to cheer at the other side. And the same happens to people on the other side. A lot of people are directed algorithms of news that are just, like, purely based on their beliefs. So of course you're going to get, you know, tunnel vision. Also, nowadays, and someone in my family said this, like, back then, like, people would disagree and move on about their day. Nowadays, people disagree and can't move past it. It's just like something is building inside of everybody. And I honestly think a lot of that has to do with just, like, the social media aspect of things. Everyone is so targeted with the news that they read nowadays that they can't possibly even breathe in the same room as someone that doesn't agree with them or has a differing opinion. Like, it's pretty bad. But yeah, stay safe. I always just say make sure you just take care of whoever's around you. It's really just important to at least have that. Remember the big CEO depart? Oh yeah, of 2020, that was pretty nuts. There's information double vindicates conspiracy theories. That's insane. By the way, have a nice day. Yeah. So that's why I say, like, I don't even really blame people for being so, like, not even just hateful, but just being so, like, undesirable to understand what the other person's saying. Because half the shit you don't even know if you can believe when you read it. And it 100% is because of social media and, like, all the news outlets and just all this bad shit. People will tell you, too, that it's only because of Trump and, like, Obama's era that this started in. Like, no, this has been going on for a long time. I just think it's more powerful now because the internet is so a part of everyone's lives. You can instantly catch up to everything. You know, the news is all right in front. Everything is overwhelming. An instant reaction to every little thing. So of course everybody's going to be a little crazy. Dude, it's an M on the Spy 5 Minute. It's a McDonald's logo. Dude, double rainbow. Tech did its job, man. Out of every sector, man, it did its freaking job. It went up and stayed up. Everything else went up and started going down. That is the TLDR on today's TA. Wow, the TLDR on today's TA. Say that 5 times fast. A lot of t-t-t. This is why you can't make fun of people who can't speak English that well, because I'm literally from here and I'm fumbling through it. Plus, if you're someone who only speaks English, try to speak a different language. Like, try to just learn a couple words and then come back to us and tell us how much you laughed at yourself. Like, of course you're gonna sound a little funny. I learned a couple Austrian words, or German words, I guess. Same thing. Don't let the Austrians hear me say that. Trade safe. Time to feed the little one. Have a good one, Eric. Discord stream chat. Josh, look. What's up, Adam? Good to see you, dude. What am I looking for? Oh. Today's trading venue. Whoa. Is that you in the video? You're on the CEO of Broadcom's jet. Huh? How? What am I even looking at? Do you just piss wealth now? If you guys are in the Discord chat, go to the members only like voice chat messaging thing. Go in there and check out the picture and video he just sent. This man is trading from a private jet right now. Can I stream from my phone? I don't know, because I have to go in there and mess with a bunch of shit. And every time I mess with it, it messes shit up. That's like insanely badass. What the hell? Dude, dude, hold on. Let me take these videos. I'm gonna tell people I'm trading on a jet. That is so badass. Yeah, send whatever you want, bro. Spam the chat if you want. That is insane. I'm kind of just watching tech because this will let me know that Spy is pulling back more or not, guys. But I'm a little more focused on this now. This is cool. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, go to the voice channel messaging chat thing. That's what it. That's sick. This is the fast civilian jet you can buy? Oh, my bad, G. Let me just add that ish to my Amazon cart real quick. That's crazy. Gulfstream G500 2026. Let's look how much this fucker is. How much does it cost to be Adam for a day? A leading high-speed, long-range business jet. They can transport to Canada because they have approval. Alright. Approximately 45 to 47 million, while used models are priced around 28 to 34 million. Damn. So we're talking just shy of 50 million. That's pretty big. Oh my god. What are these? What is this picture, dude? How did you get on this jet? Who did you kill? Who did you take hostage? What are we witnessing right now? What the hell? Yeah, with the Nikes on. You have your computers and everything? Wait, what are we actually witnessing? You actually are going to trade it. What? Bro's trading in the Mile High Club. That is insane. Calls on Nike. Calls on Adam, dude. That's insane. Wait, low-key, what is the Nike chart looking like? Wait, actually calls on Nike, though. I didn't go back to my list yet. We need to do that. We'll do that in a little. Damn, Tobias just shared something in chat that I have not seen a name of in forever. I have not seen Ray Dalio's name in forever. Ray Dalio. I say it like that because I've had a Hispanic friend say his name a million times that way. And so now his name is forever that in my head. Wait, so Adam, what's the context on this? Did you, these people you work with? Or you rented this? Or who did you take hostage to get this? He has a stizzy on the fucking... No way, dude. A stizzy with the Nikes on, trading in the plane. Bro said, this is just another Monday for y'all. What the hell? That's sick. I think it's safe to say Adam is definitely not working while all this playing. Yeah, I need context. This is crazy. Actual legit pictures. Can confirm Adam is white. This is definitely Adam in the picture. Actually, I could just send a picture of this to Sinful, and he could 6,000% confirm this, because I believe Sinful and Adam have actually met, so I could use Sinful as a trust factor. My friend is Henry Samueli, private pilot, so we taking the new jet for test flights. Damn! Bro, Adam has, like, friends that are like me and Brian, and then he has friends that are like Iron Man. What is this? I kind of just brought Sinful down to my level, but... yeah, he's got friends like me and Sinful, and then he's got friends that are like Iron Man. Wait, so this MFer is a CEO and a private pilot? That's actually kind of sick. Oh. Okay, never mind. This makes more sense. I was like, damn, bro, you're just casual. I was like, there's no way he's just nonchalantly saying the Broadcom CEO. Like, in my head, he was right there next to you hitting the stizzy. And then I was going to be like, bro, how the F do you know the Broadcom CEO? Wait, you actually get to meet him, though? Damn. Like, work-related, though, right? Or just because you're bumping into him? Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, knowing the pilot is kind of... the pilot's got strings. Shout out to that pilot. And he owns the Ducks as kind of a flex. The Oregon Ducks, right? Or is there a hockey team? If it's the hockey team, I feel like that's more of a flex. These guys have my life in their hands. One of them's eating a sandwich from Subway or a burrito, I can't tell. It's the hockey team? Okay, that's sick. If it was the Oregon Ducks from, like, college football, I was about to be like, wait, so that guy knows the CEO of Nike then. And then we're about to go full circle on Nike. Maybe I'll take a nap. Yeah, I wonder... I think I'll sleep on the left, and then for the next hour, I'll sleep on the right one. Casual rich flex. That's actually funny. You gotta do what all the content creators do online nowadays. You gotta take a bunch of pictures as if you own that damn thing. Have the whole comment section rage baiting over if you own it or not. Get the most engagement in the world. Done. Gonna make a post saying I owe this alt. Oh my god, that would be so much funnier. Yo, Bueller, I just caught an SPX trade. Check out this fucking thing I just bought. Shows off pictures of private plane. $50 million plane. That would actually be the funniest shit ever. Don't actually do that. We are joking because this is actually funny, but no one actually should ever do this, even as a joke. In this chat, it's a little funnier. Yo, bro, thanks for everything you've done for me over these past 2 years, bro. My family went from sleeping in the dirt to we own private fucking planes. Let's go. W. Bueller Trades. Without you, all my kids would know is spam. Wait till we get a trade going. The jet has Starlink. What the fuck? This is crazy because the guy that I like watch for pro play and CS, he had a guy take his like content, and he used it to make it look like he was using Starlink on a boat, like playing a game on a boat. And Elon Musk even retweeted it, even though the content was fake. It was just them taking his clips. So it's kind of funny that you're about to do trading using Starlink on a plane. You legit could tweet that, and you might actually get a retweet from Elon. When it comes to retweeting anything about Starlink, Elon is on that shit. Good update by Mike, by the way. Though I've been effing off and just kind of in my own world here, he's been focused and actually pointed out that SPY is under CDO and XOK is under 139. So he's just trying to point out that we do see a little bit of struggle, not just on SPY, but on one of the main driving forces of SPY, XOK. Yeah, they were looking all right when everything earlier when I was saying, damn, these will look like shit. It's just tech that looks good. Now tech's starting to look kind of meh. So it does kind of feel like SPY is allowed to have a couple red candles now. And we talked about this a little bit ago in very basic terms. But yeah, sectors are a really powerful tool. You guys always hear me say cheat code. Like, I'm not joking, man. It's kind of nice to know, like, okay, yeah, SPY went up or down, but like, what made it do that? Without saying, well, Trump tweeted, right? Or, oh my God, Iran, or like Ukraine, or this, or like, it's not fun to go to like a reason that's just news based. It's a lot more fun to go to something that feels like actually calculated, like it actually caused it. You know, going, well, of course we're green, Bueller, fucking every sector gapped up. Like, okay, there we go. That's something we can talk about. You know, that's actual context we can bite off of. But yeah, hopefully somebody in the YouTube or Discord stream caught like some of that explanation. And I don't even care if you guys make money on that or not. I hope someone understands that and gets something out of it and actually is like, oh, okay, bet I can use that. I don't even want to sit here and be like, did you guys make money on that exact explanation that I gave whatever many minutes ago? No, that doesn't matter. Did you actually understand it though, so you can use it for yourself? You know, fuck if I helped you make money or not. Did it actually help you or not? Man, I read this wrong. I thought that said Netflix was down $3.8 because like 38 cents, 3.8. I thought that really messed me up for a second. I was like, no way Netflix is down $3.8 right now. 38 cents now, I can believe that. I still like that Netflix for a potential pullback. It just really depends on who owns really the top of that area there, but they should still be under the 8 if I'm sure. The other one was Cisco. It's just kind of there. And then we're in XYZ. But kind of stuck in this until it moves more. So nothing to really drive home about. SPY. We'll go back to SPY. And good updates, Mike, too, on that XOK mention. That was really good. See if anything else comes from this, or is this just going to chill out now that it's pulled back enough to actually something decent to just consolidate on? I mean, it did just pull back from 671 to 667s in not that long a time. It is kind of crazy to me how many times I see people, not really a whole lot in our chat, but just a lot of people around the market just downplay the movement that we see. I'll see us gap up and move up a bunch and then consolidate, and people will be like, oh my god, today was so fucking boring and just stupid and blah. It's like they get so negative, and it's like, bro, we just moved a bunch. What are you talking about? Like, it always blows people's minds when we don't move like 6% or something. Like, it's just insane to me. And if you guys are ever like that, like, you just gotta realize, like, it's not that deep. A lot of people get caught up in like, oh my god, we're not moving 10% every day. It's like, you don't need it to move that much, for one. And two, if you're so caught up on getting such large moves, then you're either one, too greedy for your own good, or your entry sucks ass. And of course you're having to compensate for needing a bigger move, because your trade sucks and you know it. All this movement, and I'm almost break even on this. It's good to stretch. Thank you guys again for all the likes on the YouTube stream. Big ol' M, yeah. Big ol' M. What's up, Maddie? The two things that I said that I thought were going to go down today, despite the movement, are both down exactly 36 cents right now at the exact same time. Two completely different stocks, two completely different sectors. Just grab some lunch. What'd you get? What'd you get? I'm actually getting kind of hungry now that you said that. I'll probably end stream here in about 20 or 30 minutes. Oh, nice, Maddie. I didn't know we were Chef Maddie. Chef Ice on the scene. Bro, they're both down 42 cents now. How is this possible? Nah, I think this is glitching. There's no way. Okay, they're different now, but maybe they weren't lying. Damn, TXN, I didn't even see that you did that today. Damn, TXN looks... Dude, if this was a bullish, like, huge bullish market, this would look so sexy. Also, look at this. This is where the last, like, golden god tier setup was. Way the F up here. Look how much time has gone by since I'm able to say, damn, this looks good for short-term upside. If only the market had support with it. Look how much time went by. This is why I say, like, I hate when people are, like, trying to, like, puts, calls, puts, calls, puts, calls, puts, calls, puts, calls. Like, brother, get yourself one good quality entry. Try to find yourself another one way later. Look, multiple weeks, and we're just now seeing this. It took that much time for this chart to finally, like, get some potential. And it's still really not a home run, because you still need market influence, but... just, like, it just shows you how much time is in between each actual quality setup. So if you're catching yourself like, oh, calls, puts every other damn day, it's like, you're probably doing something wrong. Should not be flip-flopping that much. And we're talking about like swing stuff here. I don't mean people who are like scalping. That's a completely different ballgame. No hate to the scalpers. Though if you're flip-flopping while you're scalping a lot, that's probably an issue too. Just not as crazy because it's a little bit different. But in swings, like that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's such a powerful little cheat code to know that you just need to separate more time in between your setups, and you'll probably end up doing a lot better. And it could be for a multitude of reasons. It could be maybe you just needed more time to see it more, digest it more. Maybe you just needed to reset, like whatever the F it is. It is nice though. Spacing out the setups. Damn, you're making me freaking hungry now, dude. Adam over here. What's Adam gonna eat up in there, up in the air? Maddie, if you didn't see, you gotta see Discord voice chat's messaging thing. Green Candlestick is like on a private plane that the Broadcom CEO owns. Pretty crazy. Adam flexing that wealth. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, isn't that crazy? There's like a video and everything above. Oh yeah, Stizzy Pin. You scroll up more, there's like all kinds of shit. Pretty crazy though. The way those stairs flop out is a little crazy though. It's aggressive how they come out. Can we get AVGO? Yeah, he's not in to play with them, but he said he's gonna meet him at like 5:30. He should low-key be like, yo, you got any insider info? I trade on Robinhood, man, I'm broke. Try to get like a signal and then report back. Little does that CEO know he is in a Discord community. He paywalls the AVGO signal to us. For one signal. That would be funny. It'd be fucked up, but it'd be funny. Oh shit, he's stalking us. Look, he confirmed that it is him on the plane. It's not just some random person. It's a picture of our community, him looking at it, and there's charts behind it. Or these are Sinful and Adam took these from Sinful. You never know these days. Adam is a pretty mischievous person. I'm just kidding. Adam's like one of the nicest people you could ever meet in the chat, probably. Actually, if there was like a top 5 like nicest person in our chat, he would definitely be in the top 5. I don't know who would be number 1 though. There's a lot of people like that in our group now, where they're just like, they're like so nice you could like you could never see yourself getting in an argument with them. Or like anything weird, like they're just not that kind of person. Super, super nice, down to earth. I'm not just saying this because he's on a private plane and I'm not. Bro's gonna be on Starlink talking to us. That's so cool. You know, I'm not a huge like fan of the Tesla cars, but bro, Starlink is super fucking cool. That's gotta be like one of the coolest things that's been out in like forever. And so what? There's 6,000 satellites in space looking at us. You know, who cares? You can get Wi-Fi anywhere, bro. You can play Angry Birds in space. Now that's badass, Adam. It's like once in a lifetime opportunity right there. Preach. Did Adam not have AVGO info? Oh. We hold them hostage. Yeah, bro, give us an AVGO signal or get out. No, like, we need this. Low-key, let's look at that chart. So this is the company of the CEO of the plane that Adam is on. Low key, this actually looks really good for longs, but I might just be biased. When I was like 14, I got to go on a doctor's private jet. He flew us around looking for my cousin's cow that escaped. Damn, what the hell? Did y'all find the cow? Or cows? More of a prop plane? Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was on. I was on like a plane that like I never remember the name of it, but how I was described, it was like if it ran out of gas and you kept it level, it would just like float till it landed or crashed, I guess. But those planes are pretty crazy. I got to fly it for like 15 minutes, I think. Like 10, 15 minutes. That shit was so cool. Even got to learn about like the heat stack shit. Like you gotta fly higher because you know the heat, looser air, blah blah blah. It was pretty cool. I think if there's like a direction of like being smart to go into it, to be like to learn how to fly, I feel like that's pretty useful. You ever watch those movies where like the world's ending and like the guy that knows how to fly is always the one's in charge? Trust me, you want to be a guy that knows how to fly. Those guys are always needed in those movies. Except for like the actual movie that I'm thinking of now that I think about it, where he's like, I only practice for like blah 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 time, like he's like barely flying. They're like asking him to fly this huge Boeing ass plane. Bro, IWM didn't do too bad today, huh? That first move it did was alright, but ever since then just kind of shot back down to that area. Which I kind of felt like it was going to do something, at least go to this at some point today, because this is like that area on Spy. This is that magnet we're talking about. Like it either trades away from it or it's going to trade right back to it. It literally did both. I mean, to be fair, it did start with a very strong gap up. So they did have some good early momentum to keep it up, but it is nice to see this and Spy at least go down to the areas that I expected. But now it's about, you know, do we close over this? Do we actually hold this and push higher? So a good rule of thumb is just kind of keep a good thumb on your sectors. What are these doing? And you can do this too on your other time frames. You see me spam on my 5 minute sometimes at the end of the day, or in my videos, you'll see me spam through the daily time frame. Definitely make sure you're zooming out as well, just so you get a good picture on what's actually happening. It's easy to get lost on the smaller time frame. Oh, I got you, Maddie. The other plane has Xbox. If I hear anything, you know I will. My shares are paying for that whip. Pick 2 or 3 colors, call it the BB basket. 2 or 3 colors. I want purple in there for sure. Or is the top middle and the bottom middle the same? They don't look like it. Low key, I like the bottom middle purple. I like that one more because it's darker. Low key? Yeah, I want that one. Coral Sun, the one that's in the middle. I want that one as well. And let's go with I need like a different color. Low-key, I kind of like the pink ones, man. Yeah, throw the pink in there. It was either pink or red. I feel like the pink will go perfect with it. So you got purple, peach, pink. Call it gay, man. It looks sick. Damn, you got a lot of those tab things. Does that mean you have that many flowers of each one? That is a lot. Damn, fucking Adam's over here on a private plane. Maddie's over here in his greenhouse. Like actually being productive too, not just sitting there. Damn, that is sick. Maddie probably like... How does that feel when all those bloom around the same time? Like, I bet walking through there, you just feel like you're in a wonderland. That's gotta be so crazy in there when they're all actually blooming at like around the same time. That's gotta be nuts. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the stream. If you guys have any questions or anything to say here at the end, please let me know. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. If I didn't have to stay up so late for the freaking power last night, I could have done a full day, but I'm too tired. I did not sleep enough. Adam, make sure you are long as we're above this highlighted area. If we break this, we're probably going to be going into shorts. And honestly, this already kind of sets up a really good game plan for tomorrow now that we have price action up here. Because basically, if we're above this, we should go up. If we're below this, we'll probably be pulling back. As simple as that. So going into tomorrow, we're probably going to have a really easy trade tomorrow morning. So make sure you guys are like ready or at least understanding what to look for tomorrow. And into today, because there still could be some good movement on the plate here. Keep your thumb on that XLK chart. If this is still holding 138 to 139 area, we're probably seeing more green candles than red. If we're looking weak here, maybe you could get early and be early and be like, yeah, we probably will break this. But I would definitely just be careful. But good potential here with just this small amount of TA on this and this should be good enough for anyone who's just kind of looking on trading this or anything that relates to SPY. That's like a super big heavyweight. You know, if I'm trading Apple or Nvidia, I'm going to definitely be checking XOK. If I'm trading JPM, I still want to know what SPY is doing, but I'm going to definitely keep my thumb on XLF for the banking sector because I want to know what's that doing also in comparison. So don't just look at the equity, make sure you guys are looking at the thing it belongs to as well. But with that, Adam, be safe up there. That actually sounds super badass. Please have the best time of your life. That is honestly super badass. Maddie, you as well. Stay hydrated as you produce the next era of the flowers. He's setting up a pot of flowers that I chose, so we can have our own little flower pot. We can show off to the chat and pretend that I did it. But yeah, I hope you guys do good. Stay hydrated. And all that good shit. I'll have some more posts out later today for anybody who's looking at any of the swing stuff or any of just the spy post or the sector stuff or the XLK stuff. If you guys have been keeping your own, you know, kind of thumb on your analysis or keeping your own focus on, you know, all this different stuff, then good for you. I really am proud of you. You know, and you don't have to go on chat and be like, well, look how good I'm doing. Like, that's great. But like, I hope you guys are doing this all on your own as well. Though I do appreciate you being here. I do appreciate everybody being here and showing support and just being yourself. But yeah, I'll see you guys later on. Have a good rest of your day. I will miss you all. Love you all. And yeah, see ya.